Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Reliance Stadium here in Houston, Texas. It's the home of the Houston Texans, having a pretty good season right now at 11-1. We have a terrific third-round matchup here. It pits the Nederland Bulldogs against the Pearland Dawson Eagles. We have the roof closed here tonight, so obviously weather will not be a factor, even though it's about 59 degrees, a little bit chilly. I'm Jay Darnell, now joined by my broadcast partner, Ken Moore. Ken, these two teams played last year in the third-round playoffs. What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, it was a great matchup last season between these guys, Nederland and Pearland Dawson. Nederland actually gave the Eagles a run for their money, only losing 33-25. But Pearland Dawson, they trailed in that ball game 18-7. They went on a run midway through the second quarter to eventually take control of that ball game. We should have another great one here tonight as the Bulldogs go for the upset.
That's right. Speaking of the Bulldogs, they were ranked number 5 in the AP poll, statewide 4A. Pearland Dawson, number 1. How does that stack up?
Well, it's going to be an interesting matchup here tonight. You have Nederland, one of the top defenses in the area, only giving up 12 points per ball game, going against a Pearland Dawson offense that scores more than 40. So it's going to be a rubber meets the road matchup here tonight, and we're going to see if the Dawson offense can overcome that Nederland defense.
And speaking of those great offenses there, Nederland has a running back, Hopkins, while James White is the lead man, the A&M verbal commit that plays for Dawson. Talk about those two running backs.
Well, those two running backs are spectacular. James White over 2,000 yards on the season. Hopkins himself over 1,600 yards on the season. It's going to depend on which team can get their running game going. The victor is going to come out here this evening.
And now we're going to bring in the third part of our team, Chase Hernandez, down on the field.
Yeah, guys, got a chance this week to go to Nederland, talk with Coach Newman and over at Pearland with Coach Wells, and they both had some very interesting things to say about this matchup coming in tonight at Reliance Stadium.
Coming up this week on LSN Football Friday, we have a rematch of last year's 4A Division I third round as the Pearland Dawson Eagles take on the Nederland Bulldogs at Reliance Stadium. Last year was the Eagles that got the win over the Bulldogs to advance in the playoffs, but Coach Larry Newman of Nederland knows that the sting of last year's loss is still on the minds of his players.
But there's a year in between last year and now, and for both us and Dawson, I think the important thing is Dawson's still a very quality football team a year later. I want to think we are too, and the guys that were on that team might be motivated by the results of last year, but the impact that has with this contest this year, I guess, is to be determined.
For the fourth straight year, Coach Eric Wells of Pearland Dawson has his kids in the playoffs and knows he's been blessed by his players and coaches in this upstart program.
Good kids, hard-working kids that, believe in us as coaching staff, great coaching staff that, were willing to roll the dice and come to Dawson when it was a brand new school and have worked extremely hard getting the kids ready every year. Obviously, I feel like I have one of the best coaching staffs in the state of Texas.
Both teams will have dynamic players that come into Reliant, but Dawson's future Aggie James White will look to steal the show.
He's a great player, 10 times the kid that he is a player. Super leader on our team, always in the right place at the right time. AB student. I think when he gets to Texas A&M, he's going to make a great player for Coach Shumlin as well.
For Nederland, Coach Newman knows that he will have to rely on his experienced offense to avenge the loss from last year's game.
Yeah, you got to start with Carson Raines, the quarterback, and then guys undefeated 2 years in district. I don't know what his total record is, but there's not many losses on there. He manages their offense very well, and then Kendrick Hopkins, I don't know, he's close to 2,000 yards right now. He's been a great, I can't say surprise, but he's fulfilled expectations this year at running back.
Both teams will look to make their mark under the bright lights of Reliance Stadium with a trip to the quarterfinals of Region 3 in the 2012 4A Division I state playoffs at stake. For the LSN Football Friday, I'm Chase Hernandez.
Yeah, guys, it was interesting. Both coaches told me off the camera that they didn't even talk about last year's game this week with both of their opponents, so they are very looking forward to tonight's game. Another interesting tidbit, Nederland actually practiced this Monday over here at Reliant, and they actually practiced at Lamar University to get ready to play on this turf, so we'll see if that has anything to come into the play tonight. Ken and Jay, back up to you.
Thank you, Chase. Now, Ken, let's talk about Carson Raines a little bit. You saw him there in that package. He had a lot of good throws. Last week he struggled a little bit. How do you think that's going to affect him today?
Well, last week he had the difficulty of playing a real good Conley defense and also dealing with some bad weather conditions in the Woodlands. Tonight, he's inside a different atmosphere. It's going to be loud. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be good conditions. We'll see how he fares against this tough Pearland Dawson defense.
Yeah, great conditions because we are here indoors at Reliant Stadium. Do you think that's going to play a factor because Dawson played here last week?
Well, of course, Nederland had a chance to come here early in the week. They got a practice in, so now they're going to make that practice time come to good use. As we hear the crowd revving up in the background, it's almost time for kickoff.
That's right, and with that being said, we're going to take a quick break and be right back for the kickoff here on LSN Football Friday.
Lucy loves to shop. Lucy also loves to save. Luckily, Lucy can do both with her new First Community Credit Union Platinum Credit Card. Not only can Lucy save on that new dress, she can also get those new shoes, too. Apply today and take advantage of everything a First Community Credit Union Platinum Credit Card has to offer, including a 12-month 2.99% APR introductory rate. You really can shop and save like Lucy. First Community Credit Union, official credit union of the Houston Texans.
And welcome back to Reliant Stadium. Pearland Dawson and Nederland, third round of the Texas High School 4A playoffs. And Coach Ken, you have a couple of keys here for this ball game, don't you?
Yeah, let's take a look at our keys to the ball game. First up, we'll take a look at Nederland Bulldogs, what they need to do to be successful tonight. One, rally to the ball on defense. Pearland Dawson likes to spread it out. They're going to have to gang tackle to make sure they don't give up a lot of yards after the play. Run, Kendrick, run. Kendrick Hopkins, the talented tailback, he's going to be key tonight. That offensive line is going to have to burst open some holes for him, and Nederland is going to have to protect the rock. They cannot afford to turn the football over against this high-powered offense of Pearland Dawson. The keys for Dawson. Let's take a look at what they have to do to be successful tonight. For the Eagles, they're going to have to control the tempo of this ball game. They run a no huddle, not really a fast break offense, but they like to keep it even keel. They have to maintain balance between rushing the football and throwing it. They like to set up the throw to start the run. And on defense, they're going to have to stop the run. They have to stop Kendrick Hopkins and that offensive line.
Yeah, you're right, Ken, and maintain balance. That's exactly what they did last year. They completed a lot of deep passes, and James White was able to get his yards too. I believe he had somewhere in the range of 125 yards. So if you combine those two, boy, this Dawson offense is really, really good. But like you mentioned earlier, that Nederland defense is very, very tough. So if you kind of had to predict this game here beforehand, what would you throw out there, Ken?
I think Pearland Dawson is going to be a tough team. They're used to this environment. This is going to be a different type of atmosphere for Nederland here tonight. So they're going to have to maintain their composure. They got up early last season against Dawson, then fell apart. If they get up early tonight, they may have the confidence to stay with them for 4 quarters.
That'd be a bit surprising if they jump on Dawson once again and that experience. A lot of 3-year starters on defense for Nederland. They have Kobe Curon, Jordan Wood, Corbin Stampley, Zach Taylor. All 4 of those guys, are 3-year lettermen, so a lot of experience. And now we're having the coin toss, the ceremonial coin toss, I guess. They probably have already done it back underneath the bleachers here, but we'll see for ourselves here who's going to win the toss and get the ball.
Well, of course, we have a great atmosphere, a great weekend of football out here at Reliant Stadium. We have the single game here tonight. We have the triple header out here tomorrow, highlighted by Katie and LaPorte. So even though the Texans are out of town, Reliant Stadium is being put to good use here this evening.
Yeah, now let's talk about that a little bit. As you see, it looks like Nederland deferred the toss. Of course, Dawson will now elect to receive the ball.
Dawson will receive.
There we go. So Dawson will receive as Nederland deferred, and they'll have the option to receive at the start of the second half. Let's talk about this turf a little bit. Reliant brought in turf. This is fairly new. I believe only the second week they've had it. And this allows them the opportunity to host more high school and college games.
Well, definitely. They're obviously in competition with Cowboy Stadium up in the Metroplex for future state championships, and they want to have a presentable turf, if you will, kind of like when your company comes over for Christmas and Thanksgiving, you want to get that carpet clean, right?
Dress it up a little bit.
So tonight, this weekend, you're going to see this brand new turf out here at Reliance Stadium. Now I wonder if Arian Foster and Andre Johnson are a little bit jealous of this nice field turf that they have out here for the high school kids here this weekend.
It might be. A little bit surprising to me. The first thing that caught my eye was that it's solid green. There's no Texans design or anything. Does that surprise you a little bit?
Well, I'm surprised that there's no logos on the field. Or, you would expect maybe a Texas high school logo or Reliant logo, but nevertheless, they're going to play football on it, and we're going to have a big one here this evening.
That's right. Nederland has the ball teed up here on the 40-yard line, left hash. Ready to kick it off to Dawson. Dawson, red jerseys, red pants, white letters. And they have the gray helmets, a little bit different look than the blue. Nederland, the gold pants, white jerseys with black numbers, and the gold helmets with the black end. There's a little pooch kick, your favorite kick, over to about the 31 where it's called for a fair catch. That's pretty good field position.
Well, of course, Dawson, you don't want to give these guys too good a field position, but as you look at their offense, averaging over 462 yards per game, and they're led by the quarterback Josh Sharp, over 1,300 yards passing on the season, 21 touchdowns. His main man, James White, in the backfield, 2,094 yards on the season. Talk about that big offensive front, Kelly, Lewis, Aguirre, McLemore, and Akambi.
And here we go, 3 receivers to the left side, 1 wide out there, up top, moving right to left here as you can see. There's the snap, the handoff is to White, and they will have no gain right there, maybe half a yard.
Coming up with the big stop, Deshaun Washington, the big defensive end on the left side, and he's a big guy that anchors that offensive front. Also up front, Malvo, Pryor, and Kuron. The linebackers, Wood and Stampley. Kimmler in the secondary leads them with 6 interceptions.
Sharp has it here, rolling out. Now he tucks it and goes, and he picks up quite a bit there, and that's going to make it a 3rd and manageable. Nice job by Sharp to pick up a few yards there on a little broken play.
Well, Josh Sharp is a dual threat, nearly 500 yards on the ground rushing the football this season as we get right back to live action.
Boy, yeah, no huddle at all. They are quick, and that's going to be James White bursting over across the right side for a big first down right there.
Well, we talked about tempo early in this ball game, and you see Pearland Dawson. They want to keep Nederland defense off balance. Don't allow them to substitute. They want to wear them down early.
2 men in the backfield, offset. Sharp is going to fake it, keeping himself across the right side, breaks a tackle all the way inside the 40-yard line. Is James Sharp. What a run right there. All that attention being drawn to James White, and Sharp keeps it himself.
Yeah, and he got some good blocks upfield, and 1 man away from taking that one to the house. He gets down inside the 40 to the 38, another first down, 18-yard run for Sharp.
There's the snap. He fakes it, rolls out, finds instant pressure, cuts it across to the left side, and just tucks it and gets as much as he can. And it looks like he will just get right back to the original line of scrimmage.
You talk about this tough defense of Nederland, only giving up 12 points per game during the season. Number 5 in the state. So
that is very impressive.
Bunch.
Wow. I mentioned all those 3-year starters, but that's impressive. Sharp in the shotgun. White to his left. Man comes in motion. That's Upchurch, but looks like it's going to be a false start against Dawson.
False start. Dawson, 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
That's our first penalty of the ball game. So we'll see if that'll put a little kink in the armor for the Eagles on their opening drive.
Makes it 2nd down and 15 now. 2 receivers up top, 1 down low. Sharp in the gun. It's going to be a pass, looking across the middle, and it looks like it was over the head of intended target tight end Colby Trahan.
Yeah, he had Trahan wide open. He just snuck out into the flat, wide open across the middle, uncovered. Sharp a little high on the throw. Now it's going to be 3rd and very long for Pearland Dawson.
And, you know, being inside the 50-yard line, Coach Eric Wells, he knows his offense is good. So do you try to just maybe get a few yards here, maybe half of it, and make it a 4th and manageable?
Yeah, that's a very good suggestion there.
3 receivers to the right. Sharp looking downfield, avoids a tackler, and he does just that. He picks up 5, or they give him 6 or 7 right there on the pass completion to number 80, Derry Ruth.
Yeah, you see Nederland coming up with a 7-man rush. Good tackle. We talked about rallying to the football. They don't want to give up yards after the catch, so it's going to force a 4th and 8 for Dawson, and it looks like they'll keep the offense on the field.
Boy, this is a big play for this Bulldog defense. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sharp in the shotgun. Yeah, looks like a false start right there.
False start. Dawson, 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Oh boy, Braxton Kelly, the left tackle, can't do that.
Yeah, he just had a little hiccup and he paid for it. So that's going to back him up 5 more. Now you're in a situation where you could play the field position game, try to punt, try to force Nederland deep into their own territory.
Maybe a Josh Sharp quick kick possibly.
So a couple of pre-snap penalties will put the Eagles in a hole.
Sharp rolling out to his right. Throws the ball deep. It looks like it's to Upchurch. Nope, overthrown, incomplete. Turnover on downs. Boy, they came up big right when they had to, and it looked like Sharp lofted that ball, whereas if he just put it on a laser there on a line, that could have been a completion because Sharp had a step on his man.
Yeah, I think he wanted to allow Upchurch the opportunity to maybe run under it, but he just let him a little bit too much. So now this Nederland Bulldog offense will take over in great field position at their own 41.
There you see Coach Eric Wells, the head coach for the Dawson Eagles. Nederland comes out in their traditional I formation. Hopkins is the tailback. Carson Raines, the man under center. He gives it to Hopkins across the right side, and he will fall forward for a couple of yards right there.
Hopkins is the big man on this offensive side of the football. He's the talented tailback, 1,640 yards on the season. Carson Raines, the quarterback, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. His main man on the outside, Michael Shaw. The big guys up front, led by the guards, Brock Pryor and Jacob Brinkley.
Now Raines will go to the shotgun. Fullback to his right, tailback to his left. Being pressured, throws the ball, and completes it to number 4, Seth Barrow, for a nice little pickup there. Speaking of Seth Barrow, that is actually the son of offensive coordinator Monty Barrow.
And he always wants the football. Tells coach in his sleep, give me the ball. Goes whispers in his ear, 2 in the morning, give me the ball.
Subliminal message there.
There you go.
So 3rd and short. Carson Raines in the shotgun. Hopkins to his left. Brandon Dial, the tailback, to his right. Looking down the field, throws the ball deep, and that is incomplete. Tried to find Michael Shaw there.
Yeah, he had double coverage downfield. Tyler Veneer down there as part of the tag team duo, and he had a receiver, had a good pocket, throws the ball up nicely, and it goes actually right through the hands of Shaw. I think his vision got deflected there by Bernier, but Shaw had an opportunity for a big play there.
Yeah, Bernier is one of those key playmakers there on that Dawson defense. So 4th and short. They're not even across the 50, and they're going to go for it.
Well, we saw a lot last week where they would line up in this formation and they would just pooch kick it downfield. So we'll see if they'll do that here. I would anticipate a punt. You don't want to give Dawson a good
you
field
wouldn't
position.
think. And that is exactly what they do. Nice kick there by Rain, especially if he gets a couple of rolls. And he does. Bounces inside the 20. It's going to be down at the 15-yard line by the receiver, Michael Shaw.
37 yards on the punt, 0 on the return. As we come to you from inside Reliant, and we'll look at some of the Eagles' key offensive players. James White to the right, 2,094 yards on the season, 28 touchdowns. Quarterback Sharp in the middle, 21 TD passes, 1,386 yards. And his big guy on the outside, Upchurch, 905 yards receiving, 11 times to Pater.
Those are some pretty good numbers right there.
Not a bad trio. Not a bad trio at all.
10 guys packed in the box pretty much right there. The give is to Sharp up the middle, and he is able to pick up a couple before he's brought down.
James White getting bottled up early here so far. That front seven of Nederland, they're going to sneak up. They're going to force Sharp to throw over the top. And he's going to need to do so to loosen up this defense. This is a Dawson offense that averages 462 yards per game, 321 on the ground.
Wow, 4 men in the backfield. The give is not to Sharp. We'll see who got the carry there. Looks like 23 was the man. And that's Sean McDuffie, the fullback.
It looks like we have a shaken up Eagle at the 20-yard line. Looks like it was big number 72 slow to get up. Joshua Lewis, the guard. He's going to stay in the ball game. And now it's going to be a 3rd down and 4 just outside the 20.
Duffy picked up about 3 or 4 yards right there. Nice carry. Now you got 3 receivers set once again with Upchurch in the slot. Sharp's the the quarterback there. And the give is to White across the right side. And he is going to be very, very close to that 1st down marker, but about a yard or less short.
Yeah, you'll see the inside handoff this time coming over the right side. And look, just running down the line of scrimmage. Again, big number 90. Chasing him down from the backside, Deshaun Washington, the junior. He goes 6'3", 275, and he chases down White from the backside.
And he's coming back. Wow, he's going to be a all-state caliber player next year, that's for sure. Looks like Dawson is going to call a timeout here. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the remaining part of the 1st quarter here on Legacy Sports Network.
Admit it, I love my car. That's why I'll never take this classic to any place but Bubbles Car Wash. Why should I? Who else is going to take this kind of care of my car besides me? And the way Bubbles handles the detailing, you think they invented it. Go to Bubbles.
It's crucial that my car stays clean when I'm meeting with clients, so when it gets dirty, I head for Bubbles Car Wash. They pamper me with free coffee and internet service and comfortable surroundings. Oh, and they do make my car shine. Bubbles Car Wash, I wouldn't go anywhere else.
Back here at Reliant, here's a 4th and short play to Sharp up the middle. Very, very close, but it looks like he's going to get the 1st down. That's James White. White, Sharp. I get them mixed up.
They're both so talented.
They are.
Like Batman and Robin. And again, you see barreling down Washington again. They're going to have to get a double team on him. Lucky to get the 1st down. And again, they move offensively. Again, it's the left guard.
False start.
Well,
Dawson, 5-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
Josh Lewis got up clapping. He thought it was going to be against the defense, but no, it's against your team again. Check that out. I want to talk about that a little bit like Oregon has, all those cards they throw up there and flash, and you never know what all those cards mean. It can tell you formation, play.
More times than not, it's nothing. It's like Peyton Manning at the line of scrimmage. You're just calling a bunch of gibberish.
Sharp gets the ball. He keeps it himself. And he is able to pick up about 5 yards, getting him right back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now.
You talk about Sharp. He averages over 5.5 yards per carry. He's been in the end zone 8 times as a rusher this season. You see him here with a nifty carry to pick up the yardage that they lost on the penalty.
4 receiver set, 3 to the right. Now it looks like
timeout, Nederland. That's their first timeout.
Well, Nederland calls a timeout here, and I apologize going back to the last break. That was an official's timeout for a measurement. Dawson did not call the timeout, but we're going to keep it here now. And that was a big 4th down play right there, Ken, and very, very important for them to get it. I tell you what, they're playing pretty good defense right now. 0 points so far, only 4:27 remaining in the first quarter. They've been a lot, but they have not broken.
Yeah, you talk about, that game last season when Nederland led 12-7, and they had to deal with the likes of James White, and you look at these 2 talented tailbacks, true tremendous rusher in the greater Houston area. White over 2,000 yards on the season, Hopkins over 1,600. The guys, they are talented, but you have to give a credit to those offensive front that make these stars the star attraction here tonight. But both of these guys, if they get into the open field, they're going to be tough to bring down.
Hey guys, just something here from the sideline too. It is pretty loud down here, and I think that has a lot to do with Dawson jumping off on their false starts 3 times already in the first quarter. This Nederland section has packed this first level here at Reliance Stadium.
Thanks, Chase. You're right. That Nederland has a terrific, terrific fan base. There's Sharp on the pass. It is caught, but it's going to be a big loss on the play. That looks like Colby Trahan once again. Or was that Upchurch? Let's check it again right here.
I think that was Upchurch up top. But again, that is Dawson's patented little screen pass, but they had no blockers out in front, and it was just a clear path, easy tackle that time for the cornerback, Seth Barrow, to come up and make the stop.
Boy, lost 4 yards almost on the play, and now it's 3rd and forever here. Sharp rolling out to his right, looking downfield, trying to find Upchurch. Terrific defense by the corner. Zach Taylor was swarmed all over Upchurch right there.
Yeah, Upchurch, he tried a little post route coming back to the middle of the field, but as you mentioned, great coverage downfield. Upchurch never had a chance at that football. This Nederland defense playing very, very stout here early on against this high-powered Eagle attack.
And you're right, this is probably the best offense in 4A that you're seeing right here being shut down. Very impressive. The line shifts over to the right side, getting ready for the punt. There it is, a low line drive. Takes a Dawson Eagle bounce, and it's going to be down right near the 40-yard line.
36 yards on the punt, 0 on the return, and Nederland will take over their second possession. 3:32 to go here in the first period. Scoreless ball game, and you look at some of the big stars on the offensive side of the ball for the Bulldogs, led by the quarterback Carson Raines. We talked about his struggles last week against Conley out in the wind and the rain, but you look at his overall production, nearly 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns, and of course Hopkins, the tailback, we've already talked enough about him.
Yeah, the one stat that kind of drew my attention was 14 touchdowns, 7 picks, 2-to-1 ratio. You want it to be a little bit higher than that, a little bit better. So we'll see if he can hold on to the ball here and not pick it. Looks like Hopkins over across the left side, and that Dawson Eagle defense was all over that play, and he will lose about 3 on the play right there.
Yeah, leading the charge was big Eric England, the 300-pound junior defensive tackle, bursting through the line of scrimmage to drop Hopkins for a loss.
So now you put yourself in a situation where you almost kind of need to throw the ball. 2nd down and 13 yards to go. I formation, tight end to the right side. Raines will fake the ball to Hopkins, roll out to his right, being pressured, and he's just going to have to pretty much throw the football away.
Yeah, coming in with the pressure that time, big 91 Brent Johnson. He's a junior. He only goes a $190, but he's quick and he's fast, and he forced Raines out of the pocket.
Terrific pressure there, and he had a man over there in the area, but really wasn't even trying to get it to Barrow, just pretty much throwing that ball in the turf.
Now, one thing that Nederland needs to do, they need to start to control the clock a little bit. They only had 4 plays on their first possession. They're in danger of going to a 3 and out, which would really put some pressure on their defense to come right back on the football field.
3rd and 13. Carson Raines looking down the field, tries to throw it, and that is going to fall incomplete. It looked like Brandon Self, the senior receiver, was looking for a flag, didn't get one, and it's going to be 4th and long.
So Raines starting tonight the way he played last week, 0 of 3, or actually 1 of 4 so far for only 5 yards here in the first period. It's going to be a 3 and out once again for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I didn't see if Self just slipped there or it was just such good coverage he kind of got tripped up. I'm not sure, but either way.
Well, I think the pass was a little off target and he kind of tried to lunge for it and couldn't get there. So again, good defense that time by Pearland Dawson. They only rushed 3 men on that particular play.
There is the punt, high up in the air, caught at the 27-yard line, and he's able to pick up about 3, and he's going to be down at right in front of the 30-yard line.
Both of these punters pretty consistent. Notice 36-yard kick, 3 on the return. Dawson will take over inside their own 30. 2:34 to go here, first period. Scoreless first quarter between Nederland and Dawson.
Chase, down there in a minute, maybe you can kind of let us know, walk by that Nederland offense and kind of let us know how is their feeling. Are they down a little bit? Are they still fired up? Maybe give us a feel there in a couple of seconds. Sharp hands it off to White up the middle on the give, and he's going to pick up a couple on the play.
Yeah, guys, down here on the Nederland sideline right now, the coach is just saying, hey, we're just not doing right now what we need to do on the offensive line. We're getting beat up front. We're not really having much time to really set up anything on the quarterback scramble or on the quarterback rollout to throw downfield. We can just block a little bit up front. You know, we're going to have some success running down the field. It's going to open up some throwing lanes.
He faked the toss there and then gave the ball to 23, the fullback, Sean McDuffie, across the right side. And he's able to pick up a couple more. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 here for the Eagles.
And this front 7 of the Bulldogs really controlling things right now. Look at those big guys, Washington, Malvo, Pryor, and Couron up front. Stampley and Wood, the linebackers. They're really controlling things on the defensive side for the Bulldogs.
A little bit different of a defensive look than you normally see, kind of like a 4-2-5. Works perfect, though, when the opposition has 4 receivers. Sharp rolls out to the right side on a designed quarterback run, and he's going to easily pick up the first down right there.
Yeah, good design that time by the coaching staff of Dawson. They line up 3 receivers wide to the left, and then they run Sharp to the short side of the field. As he gets across the 40 out of bounds, the chains will move. First down, Eagles.
Interesting formation here from the shotgun. And he's going to Utah pass it to McDuffie underneath. And that's going to be a pass completion to McDuffie for 0 yards. I like that play, though.
Yeah, kind of a diamond formation that time behind Sharp as they get right back to the line of scrimmage.
Handoff is to White over across the right side. He makes the first man miss. I believe that was 55.
Yeah, that was Kobe Couron who got in penetrating. You see the left defensive end just gets right past the tackle, forces White to take it outside for a short gain. Good play that time by Couron.
They stay with the 4 people in the backfield. The give is to James White over across the right side. He picks up a few more right there, and now it's going to be 4th and short.
Again, James White finding the going a little bit tough here in the opening quarter. As Dawson facing another 4th and short. Will be 4th, about 1.5 yards, just inside the Bulldog 48-yard line. And they don't hesitate. They will go for it.
Big play right here. There's some motion. McDuffie up the middle, and I don't think he got it. From up here, it looked like there's no possible way.
Corbin Stampley, 33, with the big hit, shooting through from his linebacker position. And he caught the fullback in the hole, McDuffie. Watch him shoot through, and he just gobbles up McDuffie. Another turnover on downs for Dawson, and the Bulldogs will take over near midfield.
Boy, every time I see this Nederland Bulldog defense, they impress me more and more every single play. Amazing what they're doing against this Dawson offense. Only 16 seconds remaining in the first quarter. This is most likely the last play. Raines under center. Takes the snap, the toss. Now they've faked it on the reverse, and the receiver is going to throw it down the field, and that's going to be a flag. No question about it. Seth Barrow was knocked to the ground before the ball got there.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get Mario Thomas for getting there early. It was initially great defense by the Eagles as they snuffed out the halfback pass. There was no one open downfield, but Barfield able to drag out the
Pass
play.
interference. Dawson, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So Barfield able to stretch out the play, allow his receiver to get deep downfield. And with 5 seconds to go, Nederland's going to have their first down of the ball game.
That will put the Bulldogs into Eagle territory here at the 38-yard line.
And for Dawson, that's 4 penalties here in the first period for 30 yards. 3 on offense on pre-snap, then the 15-yarder there on the pass interference.
I formation. Hopkins is the deep back. Dial the fullback. Looks like Carson Raines. Quick pass over to Michael Shaw. He makes a spin move, gets by the first man, and he picks up about 7 on the play.
Looks like that's going to be the last play of the period.
Quarter.
As we'll take a break on the Legacy Sports Network. Tied at Reliant. Sip.
Football returns to Reliant Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeinekeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
Hey, thanks for the VIP treatment, Care. Thanks for saving me all that money on my car insurance, Robert. That's State Farm's discount double check. We dig through your policy, find any hidden savings. That's funny. Before every home game, I used to do an Ivy double check. Really? Yeah, people drop all kinds of stuff in here. Old cell phone, French horn. Andre Dawson? What year is it?
Let State Farm find your hidden savings with a discount double check.
Caught it! Woo!
Get to a better state. State Farm.
And welcome back to Reliant Stadium. Tonight's playoff game is brought to you in part by 5 Point Credit Union. Serving the entire Golden Triangle, 5 Point Credit Union, we've got money to loan. And Lamar University, home to more than 14,000 students. Lamar University is one of the fastest growing universities in Texas and is a member of the Texas State University system. To find out more, find us on the web at lamar.edu.
2-yard run by Hopkins on that first play of the second period.
Also brought to you by the Port Arthur News, serving the area since 1897 and simply second to none in local sports coverage.
Now we're looking at a 3rd and 1 situation here for Nederland, and you would imagine this would be 2-down territory, Jay.
No question.
Now we did see that field goal kicker boot a long one last week, so that would not be out of the realm of possibility.
Raines under center. give up the middle, and he's got the first down. Couldn't tell who it was. Let's see if we catch a number as he pops up. Oh, that's a fullback, Brandon Dial.
Yeah, Dial just with a quick dive play picks up 5 over the left side. They just blow out the Dawson defensive front. Gets up 5 yards on the first down. The drive continues.
I think that Eagles defense was keyed on Hopkins right there.
I think you're right.
Hopkins is to the left. Dial, the fullback, directly behind. Quarterback Carson Raines drops back, looks to his left, throws the ball deep, and it's caught! Colton Kimmler, touchdown Nederland. Oh my, what a catch by the junior Colton Kimmler.
Well, let's watch Raines. He gets good protection in the pocket. He has the big boy coming at him. He put it up one-on-one coverage. The safety was late coming over, and a great grab in the corner of the end zone by Kimmler for 6.
Beautiful throw by Carson Raines. Right on the money. There's the extra point. It is up and through. Tanner Noel, the junior kicker, makes the score 7-0. 10:50 remaining here in the second quarter. It's LSN Football Friday.
CBO, cheddar, bacon, onion.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
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 Say hello to McDonald's new CBO. Smooth cheddar, crispy bacon, grilled onions on the Angus 3rd Pounder or premium chicken sandwiches. CBO, the simple joy of
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Tonight's playoff game is brought to you in part by the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas. Tickets on sale now. See the future stars of the NFL in your hometown bowl, as well as Bubbles Car Wash, Houston's premier hand car wash and detailing center, pampering Houstonians and their vehicles for over 20 years. First Community Credit Union, think first. And going back to that Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, I've been 4 straight years. It is very, very well put on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Look at that last drive by Nederland. 4 plays, 53 yards, only took a minute 26. They got the big 15-yard pass interference penalty, set up the 24-yard touchdown. Kimmler from Raines. They lead it 7-0.
There's the kickoff, caught at the 5-yard line. Out across the 25-30. He's got some room. There's a flag, though. Still on his feet, the 40, the 30. Cuts back inside, finally brought down at the 20-yard line. But I have a feeling this one's going to be coming back.
Yeah, they're going crazy on the Pearland side as they're in their battle red uniforms on the far side. But there's a yellow hanky all the way back at the 31-yard line. And the officials are headed in the wrong direction if you're an Eagle fan.
Yep, Dawson wearing.
Holding. Dawson. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. First down.
Dawson wearing those all red jerseys, like you said, with those gray helmets. Yeah, it's pretty neat that high school kids have more than one uniform and more than one helmet now, man. We were lucky back in the day to get one solid white helmet.
Exactly. Just put some stickers and logos on the side of them. The old Buckeyes, if you will. But Dawson really killing themselves with penalties here in the first half. That one will wipe out a huge return. And it's going to place the football back near the 20-yard line. So about 80 yards, if you will, in field position, as they would have been at the Nederland 20. Now they're at their own 21-yard line.
Boy, that is a huge penalty. They're going to be marked down at the right hash mark for Dawson. And, you know, we talked about it before the game. I kind of thought I'd be shocked if Nederland jumped out to another early lead. Well, here it is.
Here it is.
Now let's see if all that returning experience can make a difference. James Sharp takes the snap, hands it off over to White across the left side. And he's slowly having a decent day. You know, not many 0-yard runs. He's always falling forward, picking up 3 and 4 yards here and there. Another 4 right there for James White.
Yeah, Dawson has been able to move the football. If you look at the numbers for White on the season, over 8 yards per carry. Hasn't had one that big here tonight yet. They've been able to move the football, but Nederland's defense and some costly penalties against the Eagles have stalled their drives.
Josh Sharp fakes it to White right there, keeps it himself across the right side, and he's going to pick up about 3 or 4 more, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
We also talked about Dawson having some balance on offense. They haven't had much of it here in the first half. As we look at our stat sheet, only 2 completions so far in this ball game for a total of 7 yards.
That's the all-everything. James White across the right side, and he's going to get just barely enough, it looks like, for a Dawson first down, but there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another holding penalty against the Eagles.
Holding Dawson, 10-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
That's what they call a drive-killing penalty right there. That is huge.
Hey guys, on that last possession, I got a chance to walk over to the Pearland Dawson side, kind of get a feel what's going on over there. And Josh Sharp kind of rallied his troops when this defense on the field said, hey guys, there's plenty of time left in this ball game. We're doing good things on offense. We just have to capitalize when we have that good field position. We cannot let drive stall. And when that defense gave up that touchdown, a lot of heads were shaking right there. So right now, it doesn't seem like Dawson on the defensive side after that last drive is really playing in sync. Let's see if they can get it together when they go back on the field for the next drive for Nederland on offense.
Yeah, it might be pretty quick too on a 3rd and long situation here, 12 to be exact from the 19-yard line. Sharp throws the ball down the field, and it is going to be caught. Oh, what a terrific catch by Colby Trahan.
I'm not even sure if that pass was intended for Trahan. It looked like it was intended for the up receiver. Looked like Sharp overthrew the up guy there at the 30, and Trahan was Johnny on the spot at the 39-yard line. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
That's right. Sharp in the gun, rolling out to his right. Now he decides to tuck and run, still on his feet, finally gang tackled after he picks up about 4 on the play there.
Tackled by number 55, Rob Pryor.
7 carries already for James Sharp. Josh Sharp, I'm sorry. I think that's what was confusing me. They both have J first names, James and Josh.
JJ.
Quarterback number 4, Josh Sharp. Running back number 2, James White. Sharp is under center. Looks like the stretch play, the Texans run. James White gets the ball and he loses a yard.
I'll tell you what, trying to run against this Nederland defense is very, very tough. You see 8 men in the box, and they just drag down the line of scrimmage, and there is just no cutback lanes for White. Good penetration that time by Jordan Wood, the linebacker.
3rd and 7. Sharp being pressured. Makes the first man miss, still on his feet. Makes another man miss, looks down the field, throws it, and incomplete. He had a man open right there too. That was Colby Trahan again. Just overthrew that one, I think a little bit too rushed and too much pressure in his face there.
Yeah, you see the great athleticism by Sharp as he escapes one defender. He starts to get himself in a little bit of trouble there. Nearly got brought down back at the 25. A nice, strong throw, but it falls incomplete. So Dawson again, after picking up 1 first down, will have to punt it away. Back deep for Nederland, Zach Taylor standing at his 32.
Boy, he is not very deep at all. Not much respect there for the punting game. There's the punt by Upchurch. caught around the 21, and looks like he fair caught it. Not sure why, but he did. So it's going to be Nederland football on the 21-yard line. With 7:16 remaining here in the second quarter, they lead it 7-0.
You look at Carson Raines on the season, 25 touchdown passes. You can make it 26 after the one earlier in this period. You see his totals on the season, over 1,700 combined yards. Only completing 50% of his passes. Last week he only completed 27%.
Ouch.
Probably had one of his worst games of the season against Conley. It was in bad conditions, but last week against Conley, he did not have a good performance at all.
And that Connolly defense is pretty good, too.
Yeah, he was 5 of 18 for 101 yards.
I wish that game would have been at full strength. Connolly was missing their starting quarterback. Carson Raines up the middle. Dial, he makes a first man miss. Just lowered his shoulder and bowled somebody over there. Kept his feet moving, and it's a nice gain there for the fullback, Brandon Dial.
A 7-yard pickup for Dow, and I'm not sure how in the world he got past this initial tackle.
Wow.
Got a good block there from his right guard to help shield him from the brunt of that blow as he picks up 7 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 3.
Doing his best Mike Allstott impersonation right there. Second down, 4 yards to go. Raines under center. The give is to Hopkins up the middle. And he's going to pick up a couple before he's shoved back by a group of Eagles.
Ball carrier Hopkins.
It's been a slow start for Hopkins as well in this ball game. Again, it's going to be a defensive battle here, kind of similar to what we saw last week between Nederland and Connolly.
Wow, does Hopkins only have 3 carries? 3 or 4 carries? Wow. That was one of your keys, feed him the rock. Let's see if they do it here.
It's going to be a false start.
False start. Nederland, 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
And you see the sarcastic cheer from the far side of the field. First penalty of the ball game against Nederland, and the Pearland Dawson crowd. A little happy about that. Finally get one to go the other way.
Boy, it goes from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7. It's a tough play to convert right here. 4 receivers set. Raines in the gun. Hopkins to his left. He's looking to throw. Does. And he finds, no, incomplete to Seth Barrow.
And Barrow looking upfield before he brought the football in. Just a little inside bubble screen. You see they had it set up. Barrow running in, and you saw a couple of red jerseys. Football hit the turf. Punting time for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, on those tunnel screens, you kind of get guys up in the middle there to block, and there was just nobody there. I'm wondering if he went too far inside. Maybe he shouldn't have gone that far, right around the hash marks maybe. That's where it seemed like most of the offensive linemen were. Punter stands at his own 10-yard line. Gets it away cleanly.
Oh, boy. Another penalty against Dawson. That's going to be running into the kicker. Now,
automatic first down, most likely. Wow.
He went for the block. Didn't get there.
Special teams coaches, what do you always tell people?
Personal foul. Roughing the punter. Dawson, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
You aim for where the ball's going to be, not where it's at.
Yep. That's definitely roughing.
And that he was nowhere close to blocking that kick.
Not at all.
That is just.
You want to go across the punter, not into the punter.
2 seconds after he's kicked it. Oh, boy, what a big, big penalty. Coach Eric Wells' staff is saying that maybe he was pushed, but that's not going to matter. You're going to get that call 9 out of 10 times there.
So 3 first downs in this ball game for Nederland, 2 on penalties. The other one was on the touchdown play.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Raines has the ball. He gives it to Hopkins. Can't quite shake the defender there and is able just to lean and fall forward for a pickup of about half a yard.
And again, good stop that time, coming through, making the play. England, the big 300-pound junior defensive end. As you see somebody Bulldog faithful. You see Hopkins there, his numbers on the season.
Raines gets the ball, gives it to Hopkins. This time he finally gets by that first man, but that first man does just enough to trip him up. That was Eric England once again on the play.
Yeah, for those who saw the game last week, Hopkins was just hitting the hole very quick, very hard against Conley. No such holes to run through here tonight against this fierce front seven for Pearland Dawson.
Boy, when they bring in these two, that is a lot of beef in the middle right there.
One-on-one coverage across the field.
No safety help, you're right. Timeout is going to be called by the Dawson Eagles.
Timeout, Dawson. It's their first timeout.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the final 4:18 of the first half. Nederland 7, Dawson 0 here on LSN Football Friday.
Lucy. Lucy loves to shop. Lucy also loves to save. Luckily, Lucy can do both with her new First Community Credit Union Platinum Credit Card. Not only can Lucy save on that new dress, she can also get those new shoes, too. Apply today and take advantage of everything a First Community Credit Union Platinum Credit Card has to offer, including a 12-month 2.99% APR introductory rate. You really can shop and save like Lucy. First Community Credit Union, official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Back here at Reliant, tonight's playoff game is brought to you in part by 5 Point Credit Union, serving the entire Golden Triangle. 5 Point Credit Union, we've got money to loan. Lamar University, home to more than 14,000 students. Lamar University is one of the fastest growing universities in Texas and is a member of the Texas State University system. To find out more, find us on the web at lamar.edu. And the Port Arthur News, serving the area since 1897 and simply second to none in local sports coverage. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a false start. But
false start. Nederland, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
And I always teach this as a running back, you should never, ever get that penalty. You pretend like you were supposed to do it.
Right, pretend to go in motion. You can go in motion, you can come back. You have a lot of opportunities as a tailback in that play. Watch it here. The referee doesn't blow the whistle until he gives himself up.
Yep.
Just stop for a second, then you can go back to your original spot. Play a little tailback, Jay?
Oh, just coach. Oh. No tailback. Not that fast. Completed the pass. Beautiful slant route across the middle. Michael Shaw gobbles it up and picks up a big first down.
But just a three-man rush that time by Dawson, and Raines all the time in the world. Just a little two-step drop. Hit Shaw across the middle. 14 yards on the pass play. Chains move. 1st and 10.
Boy, there's Michael Shaw's numbers on the season. 6 touchdowns on 32 catches. Very, very impressive. 2 receivers stacked up on the top there. Raines doesn't even look their way, and that is obviously miscommunication right there. Colton Kimmler looked like he was going to make a block right there on the corner, and Raines just tosses it up to him. Watch it again right here. He's totally confused.
Watch the bottom of the screen. You see coming through on the bits. Look at that great chop block by the tailback. That's what you teach. Ricky Simmons coming in, the middle linebacker off the right side, and he got chopped down in the backfield.
Yeah, I didn't see it live, but that replay, that was a great. He'll get a helmet sticker for that, a Buckeye, as you said. I don't think Nederland does that, though. But if they did, he would get one. Carson Raines rolls out to his left, looks downfield, and look, the intended target was Kimmler again, and it falls to the turf, incomplete.
Yeah, Chris Hosanna, the cornerback, coming up to make a tremendous play. As you watch Raines rolling out left this time, and he'll fire across his body, and Hosanna steps in front of the receiver to tip it away, and it's going to be 3rd down 10.
It's always easier for a quarterback, a right-handed quarterback, to roll to his right and throw the ball. When you roll left, you've almost got to throw across your body. He did a good job of getting kind of squared up there, but still, you can't quite put as much oomph on it when you roll out to the left as a right-handed quarterback. 4 wide receivers set.
6 defensive backs for the Eagles.
It's going to be a give up the middle to Hopkins. A lot of running room and a big first down on the draw play.
Well, excellent call that time by the Nederland offensive staff, Coach Larry Newman and company. They spread out the Eagles all across the field, and finally they get Hopkins some running lanes inside on the delayed draw. Picks up 12 and a first down. See that offensive staff on the...
Barrow, the receiver up top. Shaw, the receiver down low. Tight end to the left, I formation. The give is to Hopkins over across the left side. Not bad blocking up front there. Hopkins just kind of barely got tackled there. He does pick up a couple on the play, though. Now we're starting to see Mr. Hopkins get fed the ball a little bit more.
You got a 7-zip lead. Under 3 minutes to go here in the half. You want to try to grind out the last 2.5 minutes, not allow Pearland Dawson to get the football back before halftime. And if you can get some points on the board, that would be icing on the cake.
Wow. Timeout's going to be called. I don't think the coaching staff liked what they saw.
That's their second timeout.
That's not a bad timeout because you need to get some yards here on second and short. Second and long. Tonight's playoff game is brought to you in part by Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas. Tickets are on sale now. See the future stars of the NFL in your hometown bowl. That's right here. Bubbles Car Wash, Houston's premier hand car wash and detailing center, pampering Houstonians in their vehicles for over 20 years. I need a Bubbles Car Wash right about now. First Community Credit Union. Think first.
I need some money out of the credit union right now.
Hey, Jay, speaking of NFL stars that you were talking about, we got Houston Texans All-Pro wide receiver Andre Johnson there standing a little bit to my left here on the Nederland sideline. So before they head over to Tennessee this weekend catching in a little high school football, he even got a little black and gold that he's wearing this evening. So maybe a telling side he's rooting for the Nederland Bulldogs tonight.
Thanks, Chase. That's
Pearland Dawson has on his colors tonight. They have on the Reliant red jerseys.
Yeah.
All right, big second down coming up here.
Twins to the left side. Carson Rains under center. Give to Hopkins across the right side. He's got running room. 10, 5, touchdown! Kendrick Hopkins.
Run, Kendrick, run. 32 yards on the scamper to the outside. And you see, good lead block. I mean, his fullback didn't even have anyone to block until he's 15 yards downfield. And then he outraces Kenneth Norris to the pylon. And it's a 2-touchdown lead for the Bulldogs. Wow.
Wow is right, Ken. This is shocking. I know Nederland is extremely high ranked. There's the extra point right there. It is up and good by Tanner Noel. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll show you the AP top 10 standings. They're both in the top 5.
If safety is your goal, Fabinco is your gate. Fabinco, the world's leading manufacturer of self-closing safety gates.
Rock and roll, touchdown, Nederland Bulldogs. Wow.
11 plays, 79-yard drive, took 4:56 off the clock. Kendrick Hopkins, 32-yard touchdown run, 14-zip.
Now, if you take a look at the 4A AP rankings here, Pearland Dawson, number 1 at 10-0. Nederland, number 5. Get this, though. John Tyler still in the playoffs. Aledo knocked out. And Dallas Highland Park, they were knocked out in the first round. So that really, in essence, bumps up Nederland 2 spots. They're the 3rd best team left in the playoffs.
They're playing like it tonight.
1 versus 3, quite a matchup. That one is rolls and takes it at the 10-yard line. And he's going to get brought down at around the 26-yard line. Only 2:13 remaining in the first half. The Dawson Eagles down 14-0.
The story of this first half so far, Pearland Dawson, no turnovers, but they have killed themselves with penalties in this ball game. Nearly 100 yards in penalties and less than a half of play, and Nederland has taken full advantage for a 14-zip lead. But again, we turn back to last year. They led 18-7 in the second quarter, but now they threaten to take this lead into halftime unless the Eagles can get something going here offensively.
There's the snap. Tries to throw back over across to the left side, and no, they're going to say that ball's down. And brought down by a host of Nederland defenders. Josh Sharp goes down for a big loss on the sack right there.
It's Brock Pryor coming through, and he just gets past the big tackle there. McLemore loses him, and Brock Pryor drops him for a big sack. It's going to be 2nd and long for Dawson. And they are really having their problems offensively here in the first half. James White yet to get uncorked.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The give is to James White. There he finally breaks one, still on his feet to the 40, lowers his shoulder and gets brought down finally at the 46-yard line. Big gain right there, though.
White finally able to get on track, had a nice crease there. Finally breaks it outside, a little stiff arm at the 30. Then he'll put the shoulder down, 27 yards on the carry. By far his best burst of the night.
Sharp fakes the quick throw, now looks down the field and brought down by that Nederland defense. They were bringing the pressure right there with only 3 defenders, it looked like.
And that's going to be another 7-yard sack as they tried just a little.
Dawson, it's their 2nd timeout.
They tried just a little up and out, and there was no one open downfield. Great coverage in the secondary by the Bulldogs. Sharp did a good thing, took the loss. They'll take a timeout, minute 8 to go.
Actually, that was only 3 because that defensive end dropped back in coverage. 3 men get there and bring Josh Sharp down. Wow. Now let's see if we go back down to Chase Hernandez. Chase, go ahead and get an autograph for me to Jay Darnielle. Andre Johnson.
Well, Jay, unfortunately, Andre Johnson has left the building now before I got a chance to talk to him. I was going to try to see if I could get an interview with him, but he had a little entourage around him. But unfortunately, he went out through where the Dawson marching band's going to be coming through. So I don't think we're going to be hearing or seeing any more of Andre Johnson. He's got an early flight, I believe, to catch tomorrow morning to head up to Tennessee.
I saw him a couple years ago at a Katy versus North Shore ball game, and when you see him on TV, yeah, he's big, okay. But when you see him in person, and Chase, talk about this, that guy's huge, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm 6'4", and I think I'm a pretty big guy. This guy towers me and just makes me look like a dwarf. And this, like you said, Jay, a huge guy.
Josh Sharp rolls around to the left. It looked like a quarterback run designed all the way. Nothing doing there. In fact, he loses 3 on the play. I do not understand that play right there. Maybe something was lost.
Timeout. Nederland, their 3rd and final timeout.
So now Nederland will take a timeout as they hope to get the football back as Dawson is facing a 3rd and 20 after the timeout. 57 seconds to go here before halftime. And if Dawson fails to pick up a first down, Bulldogs may have a slight opportunity to try to add some more points before halftime. And you see a bunch of disappointed Eagle fans on that far sideline. They don't know what's going on here in the first half.
Ken, you just hit the nail, or you hit the head on the nail right there. I'm over here on the Nederland side just looking straight across, and they look like they're in shell shock right now the way that their football team is playing. I don't think they expected a goose egg, most likely going into halftime this evening.
Well, guys, I mean, offensively, they scored nearly 40 points a game, and they're being shut out here in the first half. That is amazing. The job that Coach Larry Newman and his defensive staff did here so far. But as we know, this Dawson offense can score a lot extremely quick. So they got to do it for another 2 and more quarters. Looks like a draw play by the quarterback, Josh Sharp, right up the middle, just trying to get some yards so they can punt the ball away and maybe take off a little time on the clock as well.
Yeah, we go under 40 now. They have not yet started the play clock. They started now at 35, so it's going to be about a 10-second difference. So it's not going to be a lot of time that Nederland has to work with. I would expect Dawson to let the play clock run all the way down, maybe use their final timeout with about 10 seconds to go here before halftime.
And as you see, that clock keeps on going down. It's going to go all the way down to 11
Dawson,
seconds.
Their third and final timeout.
So when Nederland finally gets his ball back, they are not going to have very much time at all. You are correct. They did the right thing, call the timeout. And, hey, maybe if Dawson threw the ball there on 3rd and long, maybe it was incomplete and they get a free clock stoppage right there. But I think Dawson did the right thing, ran the ball, let that clock run down.
Now, I want to check something because the stadium scoreboard shows 13 zip.
Guys, it wasn't. The extra point was no good. It was wide to the right. So It is 13-0.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure we had that clear for our viewers out there and our listeners. All right.
I didn't even see that, Ken. Did you?
I did not. I was checking the board and the timeout situation, and
wait a second,
wanted to make sure that we had that correct. Apologize for that error.
Chase Hernandez all over that one. There's Upchurch with the kick. Nobody back for Nederland, and that's going to be downed at the 26-yard line. And it looks like the Bulldogs are they just going to take it in? Yes, they are. They're content with that right there. 13-0 is the halftime score. We're going to see if we can get Coach Larry Newman and Chase.
All right, guys, I'm on the field with Coach Larry Newman. Coach, up 13-0 here at half. If you look up at the scoreboard, the offensive numbers are almost similar. What have you done so far on the offensive side that you've really been able to work on in that second quarter?
Well, numbers don't mean a whole lot in a contest like this. We had an 8-point lead last year and gave up 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. We're keenly aware of this football team, how dangerous they are. For the most part, we've executed pretty good offensively, and our defense is playing great like we expected them to. But this is the second half football game tonight, and we know it from a year ago. Like I say, we were up last year at this time and got behind before the fourth quarter showed up. So we'll talk about that and come out ready for the second half.
What do you tell your boys after, like you said, last year, you were up at halftime, Dawson came back and won it? What do you tell the boys in the locker room right now?
I won't have to tell them much. We looked at video. We know we know a lot about Pearland Dawson, and we'll mention it a little bit, but these guys, they know what the second half's all about.
All right, Coach, thanks. Best of luck in the second half.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Chase. And Ken, he said it all right there. He knows exactly what Dawson could do in the second half because they did it to him last year.
Well, it looks like the Eagles, they want a replay of what happened last year, and they're going to have to dig deep, come up with some answers at the break. We're going to take a break ourselves. 13-0, Nederland, surprising, number 1, Pearland Dawson at the half.
Nestled in the comfort of the Texas Gulf Coast, Deer Park, Texas continues to prove why the birthplace of Texas is on everyone's mind. Voted best affordable suburb by the Bloomberg Business Week, Deer Park is home to many businesses and continues to grow in population and industry. With its close proximity to the Houston Ship Channel, Deer Park is home to many industrial leaders like Dow and Shell. Voted in the top 10 most affordable places to live by CNN Money, Deer Park lures many new residents year-round. These residents enjoy the comforts of many retail outlets, recreational locations, and historic sites like the Battleship Texas and San Jacinto Monument. And with a recognized school district that boasts award-winning athletic, culinary, and journalism programs, Deer Park continues to gain the attention of people nationwide. Come see what everyone's talking about and make your next visit to Texas a rebirthing experience in the birthplace of Texas. Don't worry, boots and jeans are optional. Work, stay, play, explore. That's Deer Park, Texas. Uniquely you.
And now, joining us from Pearland, Texas, please welcome the Dawson High School Marching Band and Catalyst Color Guard. The Dawson Band has been a consistent finalist in many regional festival contests, with over 20 top 10 finishes and 40 captioning class awards in their first 6 marching seasons. They receive the UIL Sweepstakes Award every year in their existence and advance to the Texas State Marching Band Contest every year eligible, finishing 8th in the state in 2011. Tonight, we welcome to the field the award-winning Dawson High School Cheerleading Squad as we perform the pop hit, We Got the Beat. DHS Capitalist Color Guard program has brought home over 20 first-place finishes in the last 5 years. They were named the Outstanding Color Guard at every marching contest this fall to complete an undefeated season, and have brought home TCGC state championships in each of the last 4 years. Catalyst Color Guard will be competing at the Winter Guard International World Championships in Dayton, Ohio this spring. And now, the hit Lady Gaga tune, Bad Romance.
evening and welcome to the Nederland High School halftime show. The show will begin with the national champion Nederland High School Westernaires. The Westernaires will be entering the field to the traditional Brand Nielsen. The 2012-2013 social officers are Historian Caleb Montero, Treasurer Hunter Vonda, Secretary Shelby Flournoy, Vice President Tierney Wallace, and President Megan Collins. The 2012-2013 officers from left to right are First Lieutenant Kristen Semino, Lieutenant Emily DeVillier, Captain Callan Aiken, Lieutenant Jimmy Dunlap, and Lieutenant Katie Chalet. The Westernaires will be performing a prom routine to We've Got the Beat.
Grammar. The band steps off to the strains of Philippian Festival and Invictus.
14-zip here at the half. Nederland surprising Pearland Dawson, and it's been all defense for Nederland so far in this first half, shutting down this vaunted Dawson offense, holding them to almost less than 100 yards. Total yards right now 113 to 106 for both ball clubs, so both defenses playing fairly well.
I think the main key so far for Dawson, they keep shooting themselves in the foot with penalties.
Yeah, you look at the penalty stats in this ball game. Dawson, 7 penalties in this first half, cost them 65 yards. Nederland, on the other hand, only 2 penalties for 10 yards. The penalties have been costly because it's cost Dawson field percentage in this ball game where they've had to stall drives. They turned it over on downs a couple of times, and Nederland has been able to take advantage with short fields.
Yeah, Nederland, their 2 touchdowns were on fairly big plays. Hopkins with the 32-yarder and Raines with the 24-yard touchdown pass. Hopkins has 8 carries, 52 yards, and that one score. James White, 11 carries, 48 yards. Not bad. That's not what you expect from James White, though.
Not bad, but not good. The offensive line has not been able to get any penetration against this tough Nederland defense. And Nederland, they just play old school football. Offensively, they line up in the eye, they line up in split backfield, they run at you and knock you in the mouth. Defense, same thing. 8 in the box, we're coming right after you. They rally to the football. They're not letting Dawson make any yards after the catch. Tony Upchurch has been invisible in this ball game.
Yeah, and that's a big loss for them. They need him to come through some way, somehow. Now let's take it down to the field. Chase Hernandez, can you give us your take on the ball game so far from your field view?
Well, guys, you're exactly right in everything you said. Right now, Nederland's just being way more physical up front against Pearland Dawson. If Dawson wants to get back into this ball game, they're going to have to start winning the line of scrimmage battle on that offensive line because Nederland's getting a lot of penetration. They're just blowing up the plays and not allowing James White to get that burst and get that open field to make moves. If you're Pearland Dawson, you're still almost even. You're actually 5 yards ahead of them total yards-wise on offense. You just have to stop kicking yourselves in the foot with all those mistakes with the penalties. If they can do that, you guys said earlier in the broadcast, they're averaging 40 points per game. They can easily get back in this game with a couple of big plays, but they definitely had to get something going to start this third quarter on the offensive side, and they have to stop the Nederland offense with the big plays, or else Nederland's going to come away with the victory tonight.
Yeah, you're dead on there, Chase. Ken, let's go to you. Your keys were pretty dead on at the beginning of the ball game.
Yeah, as we talked about Nederland's keys to the ball game defensively, they would have to rally to the football. They did that in the first half. They contained James White. They contained the quarterback short. They made Upchurch nearly impossible to find him anywhere on the field tonight. Kendrick Hopkins, the big 32-yard touchdown run, he got untracked in the second half, and they have protected the rock. No turnovers for the Bulldogs, only 2 penalties in this ball game for 10 yards. As we look to Pearland Dawson, they haven't contributed any of their keys in this ball game tonight. As we look at their fans, try to get them pumped up on that side of the field. But we talked about tempo for Dawson. They haven't had any tempo offensively in this ball game. They've been stagnant. They've been rusty. They haven't been able to get into the open field and make big plays. Maintain balance. No balance in this ball game whatsoever. Only 26 yards passing the football tonight. Stopping the run, they did a good job in the first period, but we saw them start to wear down as Hopkins got untracked with that big 32-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, you're right. So some excellent keys there at the beginning of the ball game. You spelled it out for them. Nederland has done theirs. Dawson has not. And as you mentioned, Upchurch, that's a big loss. He only has 1 catch for -4 yards. Big-time player that needs to be found here by the Dawson offense.
Yeah, you talk about Upchurch on the season, 905 yards on 41 receptions, averages 22 yards a catch, 11 touchdowns for Mr. Upchurch so far this season, and he has been shut down, the junior wide receiver, non-existent here in the first half, and you have to give a lot of credit to that Bulldog secondary. They're one of the best in the state, and they're showing it here so far in this ball game. And for Dawson, it gets worse. They'll be kicking off, so the Bulldogs will have the football first with a 14-point lead.
So do you think Upchurch needs to get maybe a little reverse or something, just get the ball in his hands somehow?
Yeah, the offensive coordinator, they're going to have to make some adjustments here once Dawson gets back on the field offensively.
Well, there's the kickoff, a low line drive fielded by the up man around the 22, and he brings it up to about the 36-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over offensively, already with a 13-0 lead.
Yeah, and you look at Raines on the season. He hasn't been as sharp the last two outings, last week and this week, but overall he's had a very steady climb, and Hopkins had the big 32-yard touchdown there midway through the second quarter to open it up to a 13-zip lead.
First down and 10 yards to go. Ball at the 36-yard line for the Bulldogs. Carson Raines, the quarterback, under center. Kendrick Hopkins, the tailback, back behind. Fakes it to Hopkins, looking deep, going for a home run. That's Michael Shaw, incomplete.
A good play by Shaw to turn into a defensive back and break up the interception. Excellent coverage downfield by Chris Hosanna, the senior cornerback. One-on-one coverage. You see Raines with the play action, had time in the pocket.
Well, Ken, you say he turned into a DB. You know what? He's pretty good at that. He's a backup corner as well.
Yeah, I think he has 3 interceptions on the season, so Shaw goes both ways.
Second down and 10. After that home run try right there, opening up the third quarter. I formation, tight end to the right side. Raines gets under center, takes the snap, handoff. Looks like an ISO just right up the middle is Hopkins, and he gets very, very little right there on the left side.
Yeah, he's shut down right in the middle of that defense. Jasper Riley along with Ricky Simmons in on the stop. So it's going to be third and long for the Bulldogs right out of the gate.
I would definitely look for Michael Shaw or Seth Barrow to get the ball right here. Those are kind of the big playmakers, although Colton Kimler has gotten a lot of targets here in this ball game. He's on the short side of the field all by himself. 3 receivers set to the wide side. Raines in the gun. Gets the snap. Looks, gets pressured. Tucks it and runs, and he's knocked forward for a few yards there, but it's going to bring up 4th and long.
So a quick 3 and out for this Dawson defense, and they need that to get some momentum over on that far sideline. The fans are getting involved. The band's all pumped up. You see Raines trying to scramble. Lucky to hold on to the football. It'll be 4th down for Nederland.
Anytime big Eric England is in your face and shoves you down, you better hold on tight. Bulldogs look to punt on 4th and 7. Punter stands at his own 25. Gets away the kick cleanly.
Shanked it out of bounds.
Not good. There goes the official, still walking, finally stopping the 50-yard line is where they're going to mark that ball. Terrific field position for the Dawson Eagles.
Well, that was one thing Nederland was able to take advantage of in the first half was poor field position for Pearland Dawson. And you look at Sharp in the first half, only 3 of 6, 27 yards. James White, less than 50 yards on the ground. Upchurch with 1 catch for negative yardage. Those 3 guys are going to have to get on track here in the third period.
So if you're Coach Eric Wells here, what do you try to do? Get Upchurch involved or keep feeding that rock to number 2?
I think you got to get it outside to Upchurch. Try to get that screen game going. Try to get him in the open field.
He's in the slot, and they're going to give it to James White up the middle. And he is able to pick up 6 yards on the play.
That's a good first down carry. You want to make it where you have a manageable situation. So many times in that first half, Dawson had 2nd and long, 3rd and long situations, now a 2nd and 4.
Sharp gives it once again to White, and he picks up a couple before he is shoved back. That forward momentum makes it a gain of 2, and now it's 3rd and 4 yards to go.
And again, you see how the nose guard just stands up the center right there, and that stops the whole entire play. Makes James White have to cut where he doesn't want to cut, allows the linebackers to fill the gaps, stop him for a short gain.
Josh Sharp takes a snap, fakes it to White, rolls out to his left, finds some room. Now he has Trahan for an easy first down, and he just fumbles the football. Oh, it looks like Dawson got it back.
Wow.
Boy, there's a couple things on that play. First, was Josh Sharp across the line of scrimmage when he threw that football?
It was close.
Yeah, very close. And then what in the world made Colby Trahan lose that ball? He had nobody near him.
Well, I think he was trying to keep his balance. First, let's watch Sharp, and it looks like he got it off.
Yep.
But then you watch Trahan here. He makes a man miss, tries to keep his balance, and the ball just slips out of his hand. Luckily for the Eagles, they recover.
James White has the ball now. Rumbling his way for a big pickup of about 8. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and short inside the Bulldog 20-yard line.
I mean, that would have been a huge turnover for the Bulldogs if they would have been able to come up with that fumble recovery. That would have wiped away all the momentum that the Eagles are starting to gain on that far sideline. But right now, another 2nd and short situation at the 18-yard line.
4 men in the backfield. Give is to James White, and he's right at that first down marker. Let's see if they give it to him or not.
Yeah, he's going to be real close. Look like it's going to be about 6 inches short, so it's going to be 3rd down for Dawson, and a steady load of James White to try to get him untracked here in the 3rd period.
And in fact, Upchurch comes off the field for this play.
Yeah, they're going to go to their jumbo formation.
That's a lot of beef. White with the ball across the left side, and that is an easy first down right there as he picks up 4 on the play. 5 carries so far here in the 3rd quarter already. First and 10 from the 12-yard line. Josh Sharp under center. It's a toss right to James White. Makes that first man miss, and then finally brought down by Kobe Curon. Does pick up a couple on the play, though.
Yeah, you'll see just a little quick pitch to the right. Fullback got chopped down himself. That caused White to lose his footing as he tried to cut, and he gets gobbled up near the 10.
Sharp in the gun, rolling to the right, now looking back to the left side, and brought down. Big time sack right there, losing 11 yards on the play.
Yeah, Kobe Curon getting Sharp in the backfield for another sack. And if you're Josh Sharp, you cannot take that big of a loss in that situation. We saw him escape that same play earlier in the ball game. He got lucky. Not so that time.
Got to throw the football away. Do not take sacks inside the red zone.
You have to get all the way inside the 3 for a first down.
3rd and a mile. The ball is on the ground on the handoff, and it looks like the Bulldogs have it. What do the Zebras say? Yep, they say Bulldog football. There's the turnover.
Well, just a mis-exchange between Sharp and James White. It was supposed to be a play action, and the ball hit White on the hip, falls to the turf. Nederland recovers, drive stalls once again for Dawson.
Almost gave it away a couple of plays ago. They do give it away this time. And both of those plays were not caused necessarily by the Bulldogs.
Just sloppy ball handling.
13-0. Nederland has the lead.
And the ball.
1st and 10 on their own 28-yard line. The give is to Hopkins. Oh, boy, he takes a big hit right there as he barely just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we'll see the number of this truck that blows up this play coming in. Big number 13, yeah. Ryan Woods, the 6-foot, 202-pound junior linebacker, laying the leather. 2nd and 10.
Rains from the gun this time. 4 wide. 3 to his right. The lone receiver to the left is Colton Kimmler. It's going to be a quarterback run across the left side. Nice little play right there. Kendrick Hopkins made a nice block right there. Raines picks up 7 on the play, but there's a late flag that comes in.
Yeah, and Raines, he'll take it and run when he has to. 258 yards on the season. All he averages about 3.4 yards a carry. But he has picked up 11 touchdowns on the ground so far this year, and another big penalty against Dawson.
Wow. I didn't see him make the call. What was the penalty on this one?
Yeah, we're going to get the call here from the official in just a moment. I'm not sure exactly what happened, if it was post-possession or whatnot. There's the tackle there. Oh, there's the late hit, 91. Wow. Brent Johnson put that on his resume, 15-yard penalty. That's not going to look good.
And you talked about the penalties at the half. What is that, 7 now?
8.
8. Wow.
8 for 80. Those are not good numbers.
Time is running out for the Dawson Eagles, but they're only 2 touchdowns from leading this ball game and 2 extra points. 1st and 10 from right on the 50-yard line. Barrow goes in motion from right to left. The give is to Hopkins across the left side. And he is going to be brought down for no gain, maybe a couple of feet.
Yeah, I think Hopkins may be shaken up on the play. And that could be huge. He got popped again. That's the second time in the last couple of plays that he's took a heavy hit at the line of scrimmage. And now another penalty in the secondary of Dawson. They may get a taunting penalty.
Boy, we're going to take a break here. It's LSN Football Friday.
Lucy loves to shop. Lucy also loves to save. Luckily, Lucy can do both with her new First Community Credit Union Platinum Credit Card. Not only can Lucy save on that new dress, she can also get those new shoes, too. Apply today and take advantage of everything a First Community Credit Union Platinum Credit Card has to offer, including a 12-month 2.99% APR introductory rate. You really can shop and save like Lucy. First Community Credit Union, official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Well, tonight's playoff game is brought to you in part by 5 Point Credit Union, serving the entire Golden Triangle. 5 Point Credit Union, we've got money to loan. Lamar University, home to more than 14,000 students. Lamar University is one of the fastest growing universities in Texas and is a member of the Texas State University system. To find out more, find us on the web at lamar.edu. The Port Arthur News, serving the area since 1897 and simply second to none in local sports coverage.
We had another 15-yard penalty against Dawson during the injury timeout. We'll go down to Chase after this play to see if he can find out what happened.
Carson Raines looks like he's shifting the play. Was under center. Now he's in the gun. Looking to throw the ball in a quick slant. It wasn't open. Now he rolls out to the right. Looking downfield. Throws the ball up. It is caught! The junior Colton Kimmler. What a night Colton Kimmler is having. Chase, can you tell us what happened down there earlier?
Guys, the view I got, it just looked like the Dawson defenders were just in the face of the Nederland offense. They're just jawing on the field. When you're down 13-0 with only about 4+ minutes to go in the third quarter, something that you do not need to do, because Dawson was starting to get their team back in this ballgame, but now Nederland, with all that momentum thanks to those penalties, starting to drive right now. They could put the dagger in the Eagles right here.
1st and 10 from the 13. The give is to number 11 across the left side. Big gain there. He's picking up 6 or 7 yards, and that is Zach Taylor.
Was that a Sam McGuffey moment that we just saw? from about 6 years ago?
Yeah, I don't know if it was quite that good. He did leap over him, but he didn't continue running. Trust me, Zach Taylor is no Sam McGuffey.
Hey, anytime you get a Sam McGuffey reference into the broadcast, you have to.
He really made that play famous nationwide.
Yeah, talented tailback from South Fair a few years ago.
He was special.
Highlight films all over the country. Had the pleasure of calling that one.
Shotgun split back. Raines rolls to the right, has a man, overthrows his target, Seth Barrow. Getting a little chippy down there, and there's another flag.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Guys, I was over on the Pearland Dawson side on that last possession when they fumbled the football. And I was going to tell you a little bit earlier, after we get this penalty, it's actually going to go against Nederland right here. But the offense just came off the field so dejected, and so were the fans on that side, because they knew they had the momentum going. If they could have just punched in a touchdown right there, it would have been a 6-point ball game if they could have converted the extra point. But right now, it is all Nederland, and the fans right here on the Nederland sideline are on their feet. They know that this game is on their side right now if they can just get some points on the board right here.
This has been a fast-moving third period, only 3:14 remaining. And if Nederland gets any kind of points here, it's really going to put immense pressure on that Dawson sideline.
Thing is, if they only score a field goal, they're still only 2 touchdowns behind.
That's true, still a 2-possession game.
A touchdown here, that would be tough to overcome. 3rd and 19. Raines is going to run it himself over to the right side. Nothing doing right there. In fact, he loses a couple on the play.
Yeah, if you're Raines on that situation, you have to turn the ball up, try to get as many yardage as much as you can to try to set up your field goal unit.
There we see Hopkins getting looked at right there, his right shoulder. That is not really a terrific sign.
Well, when you have the shoulder pads off, that's not good.
And they're going to go for the field goal here. They have it set up at the 31.5-yard line.
He made a 45-yarder last week in the Woodlands.
Well, here's a 41-yard attempt, and it is going to be good. Tanner Noel, the junior kicker. It looked like a curveball, maybe a slider, but the main part is that it went between the uprights.
Well,
16-0.
Tis the season. Noel, Joy Noel.
College football returns to Reliance Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeinekeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
Well, tonight's playoff game is brought to you in part by Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas. Tickets on sale now. See the future stars of the NFL in your hometown bowl. Bubbles Car Wash, Houston's premier hand car wash and detailing center, pampering Houstonians and their vehicles for over 20 years. First Community Credit Union. Think first. The Bulldogs offense is thinking first right here. 16-0 the score.
Oh, boy.
Mishandled by Upchurch, and wow, they're going to put themselves in a deep, deep hole, down 16, right around the 11-yard line.
Well, Upchurch, the ball just scoots past him, and now Dawson is going to pay the price. They're going to start inside their own 15-yard line. That last drive by Nederland, 8 plays, 48 yards. Took 4:28 off the third quarter clock. 41-yard field goal by Noel. Bulldogs on top, 16-0. Josh Sharp those are his numbers on the season. He's nowhere near any of those averages tonight.
He does not look sharp tonight.
No, he does not. His offensive line has not protected him at all. James White has had trouble getting started offensively. They had a nice drive going on their first drive. They fumbled the football. Now they trail by 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions.
Sharp fakes the give to James White, keeps it himself, and he's able to pick up 4 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 16. You know, Ken, they are down 16, 2 touchdowns, but there's still plenty of time, especially with the way how quick they can score.
It's still over 13 minutes, but you have to worry about their confidence right now.
That's Upchurch right there, getting the ball across the left side. Nice run there, picking up 4.5 on the play. That's going to make it 3rd and short.
Again, trying to find different ways to get the ball in the hands of Tony Upchurch. That time they line him up in the backfield, just a little sweep to the left side. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a long one.
And that was your suggestion right there, getting the ball in his hands via the run.
Full house backfield now.
The give is to White up the middle. Nothing doing. That Bulldog defense played that third and short play very, very tough, and he did not get it. That's going to bring up 4th down at your own 20-yard line.
Well, we saw him go for it earlier in the ball game, down deep. I think they have no choice right now. They're going to line up quickly.
Same full house. The give is to White, and he barely gets it that time. Oh, he breaks out of the little gang tackle there, and he falls forward for an extra 4.
That was just all heart and determination by James White. That's what makes him one of the great running backs in the state of Texas. Knowing his team needs a 4th down play, he got met in the hole by 33. Corbin Stampley runs right through the tackle for a 1st down.
Josh Sharp looks deep, trying to find Upchurch. There it is. Oh, Nelly. He could go. Touchdown. 75-yard touchdown.
No flags on the play.
Hey, they got Upchurch the ball via the run and opened him up on the pass. What a huge play by Sharp. And a great catch and run by Upchurch.
But that time you have to give credit to the offensive line. Sharp able to have time in the pocket, steps and throws a strike to Upchurch, and you're not going to get him. He takes it to the house.
Well, we said they could score quick, and they did right there. Now they're in a position where they really need to go for 2. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Scoring that big touchdown. They could cut the lead in half here.
Well, they're going to have to burn a timeout.
That is not what you want to do. But you're right. I mean, this play is so important. They cannot risk it. No, they're trying to say they want the 24-second clock reset. The play clock. Now they're having a discussion. You can see Coach Eric Wells right there playing with the white hat.
Hey, kid, got to ask you right here on that play call to just go deep right there to Upchurch. Don't you think that they've been waiting for that play to develop all game long with running the football up the middle, and they finally get that big 4th down conversion, and that opened that big play up right there?
Yeah, absolutely. You saw the safety sneaking up, and that's what allowed Upchurch to blow past them. On the previous plays, we've seen them go deep. The safeties were right there in coverage. There was no opportunity for the big play. But with James White able to get some running room here in this 3rd period, that allowed Upchurch to get past the secondary into the open field.
And, you know, they've tried to hit Upchurch a couple of times in the ball game, but it was just either overthrown or it was well covered. Here's the big 2-point play right here. Josh Sharp takes it. It's a toss to the left side to White. He loses the football, jumps back on top of it. 2-point conversion, no good. 16-6. Good thing for Dawson, it's still only a 10-point ball game after that 75-yard touchdown on LSN Football Friday.
Thanks for the VIP treatment, Care. Thanks for saving me all that money on my car insurance, Robert. That State Farm's discount double check. We dig through your policy, find any hidden savings. That's funny. Before every home game, I used to do an Ivy double check. Really? Yeah, people drop all kinds of stuff in here. Old cell phone, French horn. Andre Dawson? What year is it?
Let State Farm find your hidden savings with a discount double check.
Caught it! Woo!
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Tonight's playoff game brought to you by 5 Point Credit Union, serving the entire Golden Triangle. 5 Point Credit Union, we've got money to loan. Lamar University, home to more than 14,000 students. Lamar University is one of the fastest growing universities in the state of Texas and is a member of the Texas State University System. You can find them on the web at lamar.edu. The Port Arthur News, serving the area since 1897 and simply second to none in local sports coverage.
Kickoff returned up to the 30-yard line, and that's where Nederland will take over. Last drive by Dawson, 5 plays, 89 yards, took a minute 56 off the clock. 75-yard touchdown strike short to Upchurch. 2-point conversion was missed. We begin the fourth quarter. Dawson trailing 16-6.
Hey guys, quickly, I got to pass a note while I was watching that 2-point conversion. That Nederland safety, that's helmet came off, number 8. When they substitute on the next play, the backup safety is the one that got burned on that play. So that helmet rule really coming into play right there for that touchdown for Pearland Dawson.
Wow. Carson Raines hands it off. That looks like it is Barton. No, that's number 2, I'm sorry. That's Michael Shaw with the carry there.
Yeah, Ricky Simmons flying in from his linebacker position to make the stop. You see Shaw trying to sneak his way through, but Simmons again shooting the gap.
Look who's back on the field. It's big 24, Kendrick Hopkins.
Yeah, he got the shoulder pads back on, got the shoulder wrapped up. He
yeah,
said, hey, it's playoff football, baby.
When he was jogging back out there, you could kind of tell that shoulder was giving him some trouble. Anxious to see how it handles. Raines with a quick hitch route. Caught by Kimmler again. This guy's all over the place. Big time 8-yard catch right there.
Yeah, you talk about Kimmler coming into this ball game on the season, only 16 receptions for 286 yards, but he does average 18 yards a catch. So he doesn't get it often, but when he does get it, he makes the most of it.
3 catches here tonight. 57 yards and a touchdown. 3rd and short. Maybe a long 1 yard to go here. 3 receivers up top. They're bunched up.
Nice see Raines keep this one.
Yep, he fakes it to Hopkins. Now throws backside. Incomplete. Overthrew Seth Barrow. He was open too.
We've seen Raines a couple of times just overshoot his receivers. Watch it here, just a little inside play fake. They try to set up the little throwback. He had time, but then he got hit at the last moment. Ball just flies over the receiver's head.
Yeah, you take your time right there and get the ball right into his hands, and that's a first down.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he just didn't try a little quarterback keeper. Raines has been successful running the football tonight. They only needed 1.5 yards. So a gutsy call there by the Nederland coaching staff. They go to the air. They come up empty. They go for the fake.
Oh, wow. Look at that. And he might have got it.
He's close.
The official on that side of the field that's going to mark it. Yep, he's saying first down. Unreal play. Zach Taylor is the up man. And he just barely got enough yardage right there. Watch it one more time. Nobody was really needed to be blocked right there. In fact, nobody was blocked by those 2 up backs.
Coach knows how explosive that Pearland Dawson offense is. He witnessed it last year when they blew an 18-7 lead, did Coach Larry Newman. He throws it on 3rd and 1.5 yards and then goes for it on 4th down.
Raines with a quick toss over to Michael Shaw, makes a play, still on his feet, finally brought down around the 40-yard line of the Eagles. Michael Shaw showing how explosive he can be right there.
Walked it off at 19 yards on the catch and run by Shaw. Got a good block, 2 good blocks on the outside, then used his excellent speed to get upfield. Another first down for the Dogs.
10-point lead and moving the football. 9:46 remaining in this third round matchup. In a minute, we'll show you the 4A UIL playoff brackets. Raines is going to give it to Taylor. Looks like he was falling down as he got the football there. Maybe picks up 1.
Yeah, Zach Taylor, the senior tailback. Again, he's rotating now with the shaking up Hopkins. Hopkins came in on a couple of the last plays to lend his hand in pass protection. Hasn't carried the football since his injury.
Yeah, Hopkins pass protecting, that is not what he needs to do right now with a banged up shoulder.
He's the senior, he's the veteran.
Raines looking down the field, throws the ball deep. His target, Kimler, overthrown. Kimler wanted a flag, did not get it.
Mario Thomas on the coverage downfield. And no flag this time against the Eagles.
Yeah, you make the call. You watch it right here. Number 1's all over him, but I think that's good coverage.
Yeah, I think that's good coverage as well. Good no call that time. So it's going to be 3rd and long now for Nederland. They lead it by 10, 9:06 to go. Those are Kimler's numbers on the season.
Yeah, you were talking about it, that 18-yard average. He's pretty much kept that up tonight so far. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field up top there. Kimler by himself on the short side. Raines is going to call a timeout with 9:06 remaining here in the 4th and final quarter. Nederland Bulldogs 16, Dawson Eagles 6 here on LSN Football Friday.
If safety is your goal, Fabenco is your gate. Fabenco, the world's leading manufacturer of self-closing safety gates.
Oh, there's the Bulldog there. He's getting fired up. Tonight's playoff game is brought to you in part by the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas. See the future stars of the NFL in your hometown bowl. Bubbles Car Wash, Houston's premier hand car wash and detailing center, pampering Houstonians and their vehicles for 20 years. Raines fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he is brought down hard and loses a couple on the play.
That's Timothy London, the defensive end. 6'4", 253 pounds, senior with the stop.
That's going to bring up a 4th and forever. So what do you do here? Do you try to quick kick it maybe? Or do you go for it?
No, you punt.
Try to pin them. You know, in this situation, you should be able to pin them easily inside the 15-yard line. If you don't.
Yeah, you do not give Dawson a short field trailing by 10.
Yep. And exactly that's what Raines does. And, well, they got it inside the 20. Going to be down at the 17-yard line. Not bad, but with nobody back there, I would have liked to have seen that get a little bit closer to the goal line there.
Yeah, just punch it right down the middle of the field. There's no deep safety, and allow your guys to run down and cover it inside the 10-yard line if possible. But nevertheless, 83 yards away from the end zone is where the Eagles will begin, trailing by 10 points.
And because they missed that 2-point conversion, they cannot tie the ball game up with just 1 score. They will need 2. There's Carson Raines right there.
One of the stories of this ball game has been field position for Dawson. Look on their best field position. They started at midfield. They ended up fumbling. The one touchdown drive, they had to go 89 yards. This time they'll have to go 87.
Josh Sharp going deep. He wants Upchurch again.
Oh.
In and out of the hands, but there is a flag. That ball was poorly underthrown. I don't think that was a back shoulder throw. That was just completely underthrown.
Well, it was a great adjustment by Upchurch. He just couldn't make the grab, but I think it's going to be 15 against Nederland.
And now if you're the Bulldogs and Coach Larry Newman, you see Upchurch starting to catch fire. You do not want to play around with that. Do you bring a safety on top of him every play?
Well, they had a safety on top.
Well, I'm saying, do you continue to do that?
Absolutely.
I think so, too.
Absolutely.
Yep. Of course, in high school, it's not a placement penalty there. It's only a 15-yard penalty. 4 men in the backfield.
See the big guy, Upchurch.
The only receiver out there. That's one-on-one coverage right there. Yep, that's going to be a false start, it looks like, on 79.
They have Zimler, number 9, over the top. So he will shade over to Upchurch if he goes deep.
Yeah, if Upchurch runs that fade, though, Kimmler's going to have a hard time reaching him. Going both ways, too. He's got to be gassed also. Yeah, now he shifts over there a little bit more.
Yeah.
Sharp gives it up the middle to McDuffie, it looks like. No, I'm sorry, that's not McDuffie.
Here comes a flag flying in way. The back judge, the secondary official, throws a flag late.
That was Brett Winnigan on the carry. Nice pickup there, but will it stand? Yes, it will.
Yeah, add on 15 more. So now the Bulldogs starting to pick up some flagrant fouls, if you will. Yeah, there's a handful of face masks.
Well, it wasn't on there long, but
I wouldn't.
It doesn't take long. 8:05 remaining, fourth quarter.
So back-to-back 15-yard penalties against Nederland. They've had 3 15-yarders here in this second half themselves.
Remains in that 4-man backfield. Sharp has the ball. Pretended to roll out to the left, then throws it deep, got hammered, and it is caught. What a catch. Was that James White?
I believe it was White.
Oh, boy.
Out of the backfield. And what a play by Sharp. As you mentioned, he got drilled on this play. It was a low snap from center, and he got hammered. And a great catch by White on the outside. Excellent coverage downfield by Wiley, but he couldn't make the play.
White showing Coach Sumlin, we believe, is here today. He's showing him, hey, I can do it all. You just put me on the football field, good things will happen. Sharp takes the low snap, hands it off to White, and he is tackled immediately. It had no room to do anything on that play right there.
Again, another low snap from center, messed up the timing of the play. Coming in untouched, Kobe Curon once again. He's made a mess of the Dawson backfield tonight. As he's crashed every party that they've intended to have. On that left defensive end spot. 2nd and 15. Under 7 minutes to go in this one.
Shift over there. No 4 men in the backfield now. Sharp rolling to his right. Now he tucks it, runs at the 20, the 15, and gets brought down at around the 13-yard line. Nice job there by the quarterback, Josh Sharp.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sharp break any long ones tonight out of the pocket. He's tried to be patient, allow his receivers to work themselves downfield. This time he will tuck it and run. He's just got to learn to get down when you're surrounded by a pack of Bulldogs.
But because of the loss earlier, it is 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Sharp throwing deep to Upchurch. Upchurch makes an adjustment, and nope, no flag. Well, there is a flag, but it wasn't on that. It's going to go against Dawson again.
Yeah, another pre-snap penalty.
Down by 10, less than 6 minutes remaining in the game.
And Dawson doesn't have the best field goal kicker in the world, so they may be forced into a situation if they don't pick up any yardage here where they have to go for it on 4th down.
Sharp in the gun.
Oh,
he hands it off, and he is hammered. Brett Winnigan gets tattooed on that play.
Deshaun Washington. These defensive ends are just blowing through the line of Dawson.
Whoa.
And now you are out of field goal range for Dawson, and you're almost forced to go for it here on 4th and 19.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's no way they kick a field goal from this far.
They have to get inside the 5 for a 1st down. But Couron and Washington, the bookend ends for Nederland, has caused havoc all night, and another flag down. No, it's going to be a timeout.
Well, when you need 19 yards, there's only a couple of options. Throw the ball deep to 11 or 8. Those guys have
about
been,
2.
Yeah, 2 coming out of the backfield also.
Wow. All right. So we set the stage here. 5:11 to go in the ball game. Trail by 10. Special teams as far as field goal kicking from this distance is non-existent. So you're forced to go, and on top of that, Dawson only has 1 timeout remaining. They had to burn one earlier on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Now you have to use one here to set up a 19-yard play.
Guys, I tell you what, after that big hit on 3rd down, I looked over here to the Nederland sideline, and all their fans are on their feet waving these yellow towels. It looks like we're in Pittsburgh with these terrible towels being waved in this section. It is an absolute incredible sight to see right now. This is, like you guys have been saying, this is probably the play of the game right here.
Terrible towels in Reliance Stadium. Better make sure that only happens on Friday night, not on Sunday afternoon.
It's terrible towels with the Aggie war hymn being played by the band.
Well, see, now.
Hey, I like that part.
Now
Okay.
Now you're really trying to upset me. You're really trying to upset me.
4th and 19. Sharp. Going to have to go for it all. Sees Upchurch. Doesn't even give him a chance.
There's a flag, guys.
Yep, it looks like that's going to be against Bulldogs. That might be illegal hands to the face.
Guys, that's going to be against number 90 on the defensive line.
Yep.
That's Deshaun Washington, the big right nose tackle. We'll see it at the top of the screen as he's working one-on-one, tries a little spin move to get inside.
No, I think it's going to be against the man in the middle.
At the distance, automatic 1st down.
Oh, boy. Now it's Nederland shooting themselves in the foot. A 4th and 19-yard penalty makes it a 1st down for the Dawson Eagles.
So on this drive alone, 3 personal foul penalties against the Bulldogs.
You're keeping them in the game. Sharp is going to take it himself, runs behind his big O-line and gets extremely close, right about the 1-yard line, does pick up a 1st down. So the clock will stop right there while they reset the chain. The down marker, since it's only at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, you see Big Akambi kind of got in the way that time. If he doesn't get in the way, Sharp's in the end zone, but it's a 1st down, 1st and goal at the 1.
Just trying to overpower him there. Sharp tries to take it himself. Did he cross?
Nope.
That's a tough call to make there. They're going to say, I believe, no. They're trying to dig their way in.
Well, the problem for Dawson is they need to score, and they need to score in a hurry because they need 2 scores, and they only have 1 timeout.
I saw Chase. You were right there level with it. Did he get in?
No, guys, he was just shy. He is inches right now from the goal line. Remember, they can't exactly quickly go to the line of scrimmage. The umpire's going to stop and let Nito get set.
Yep. There he takes it himself, and he's in easily this time. Touchdown for the Dawson Eagles. And the Nederland Bulldogs gave them that drive right there,
Yes,
as you said.
They had the drive stopped. They had possession of the football and a 10-point lead. Personal foul on 4th down gives the Eagles new life. They take advantage. Sharp gets them into the end zone.
Big extra point attempt here, and it is good. Jacob Hood with the kick. The new score, Nederland 16, the Dawson Eagles 13. 4:09 remaining here at Reliance Stadium. Ellis.
Cheddar, bacon, onion.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
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 Say hello to McDonald's new CBO. Smooth cheddar, crispy bacon, grilled onions on the Angus 3rd Pounder or premium chicken sandwiches. CBO, the simple joy of
Tremendous.
Yeah.
And welcome back to Reliance Stadium. Arian Foster, Andre Johnson, Matt Schaub. They're all sticking around for this finish here. And we're glad you are too.
Wow.
16-13 the score. Do they go for the onside kick? No, they don't. They try to pooch it. It is going to be fair caught at around the 27-yard line. 4 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Well, this place is an absolute madhouse right now. 3-point ball game. Nederland had a 16-zip lead. Looks like they were in complete control. Tony Upchurch hauls in a 75-yard touchdown reception. Then next possession, Dawson again. Josh Sharp with a 1-yard touchdown run. That after 3 personal fouls against Nederland. So the Eagles with back-to-back 89-yard drive, a 83-yard drive, and they're right back in this ball game, trailing by 3 with 4:09 to go in the 4th.
Kendrick Hopkins not in the game. That's Zach Taylor in the backfield. They're going to give it to Taylor, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
That running game of Nederland has been non-existent in the second half. Let's see who was the man this time. Again, coming through untouched, the linebacker. That was Ryan Woods.
2nd and 12.
You have to give a lot of credit to the front 4. They aren't getting a lot of tackles, but what they're doing, they're holding up those offensive linemen, not letting them get to the second level, and that's allowing the linebackers to roam free in that Bulldog backfield.
If you're Nederland, do you have the guts to start throwing the ball here or keep it on the ground? They give it to Dial up the middle, nothing doing. The big man makes the tackle that time. That looked like Eric England. Well, no, I'm sorry, that was Jasper Riley, 76.
Well, we saw Coach Larry Newman throw it on 3rd and 1. We saw him go for it on 4th down. I don't think he's going to sit on his laurels on 3rd and 14 with a 3-point lead.
You get a first down, and that is deadly. But if you miss it, you give a chance back to the Dawson Eagles.
Look for number 9, Colton Kimbler.
Carson Raines under center. I formation, he's going to throw the ball. Incomplete. Looking for Seth Barrow over there, over his head.
So the worst possible scenario for the Bulldogs. A quick 3-and-out. Incompletion stops the clock. I was surprised they went the other way to Barrow. They had Kimbler one-on-one down here on the near side. They went the other way. They come up snake eyes. And look who's back deep. Mr. Upchurch at the 40.
The playmaker. Punter stands inside his own 10-yard line. Wow, he did a great job to scoop that up off the turf. Upchurch is going to let that go.
Why?
I'm not sure why. Great question. And that's going to be down at the 31-yard line. He's lucky that didn't get any more roll than that. Well, the Dawson Eagles 69 yards away from taking the lead for the first time in this ball game.
45 yards on the punt. Great kick. 0 on the return. So Josh Sharp, the senior quarterback.
We talked about this Dawson offense and how quick striking it can be. A lot of weapons. Can the Bulldogs hold them for 232? If they can do it, they'll move on to the 4th round of the playoffs. There's the safety help right there. You see Kimmler. Sharp takes the shotgun snap, looking down the field. Tucks it, rolls out to his left now. Now he's going to throw it, and White couldn't come up with it. That would have been a first down if he caught it.
Yeah, it got tipped by Stampley initially, and that threw off the trajectory for White, and it falls incomplete.
Great job by Sharp, yeah.
Yeah, one thing that Dawson can't do, they can't get greedy, they can't get in a hurry. They have plenty of time, 2:23. They need to matriculate the ball down the field the way they did on the last 2 drives.
Sharp looking to throw the ball. Now he tucks and runs. At the 35, the 40 has a first down and a little bit more. Picks up 16 yards on the play.
Well, they caught the Bulldogs in man-to-man coverage across the field. So once Sharp got into the secondary, he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
Check this out, 3 receivers stacked on top of each other. They don't throw it though. Josh Sharp keeps it himself after he fakes to White, and the Bulldogs sniff that out as soon as it happened. 3 men right there to bring Sharp down for a loss on the play.
Well, that was a bad read that time by Sharp. It was a safety blitz that time by Nederland as Bryce Wiley, the safety, came up on a run blitz. If he gives that ball to White, it's a big gainer.
This time they throw it over there. Upchurch just doesn't move, catches the ball, runs forward, and picks up 8. You see 3 stacked receivers on that side. Upchurch was the one in the back. He didn't even take a step. Boy, he's limping.
Yeah, that's the patented Dawson screenplay. That's the first time it's really been successful tonight.
Up the middle is White, and he picks up the first down on a 5-yard gain. To the Bulldog 40-yard line, 1:14 left in the game.
That's will stop the clock. You see the pulling guard, big 79. Akambi gets the lead block. Finally drugged down in the secondary by Stampley. Clock starts once again.
Josh Sharp looking down the field, throws it across the middle. It's Upchurch. 10-yard pickup and another first down for the Eagles. And Upchurch is really, really hurting.
You're not going to get him out of this ball game. The junior receiver, he's going to come over. He's going to be the inside slot guy now.
Under a minute to go, down by 3. Sharp in the shotgun, rolling to his left. Has some running room. There it is, 10-5, touchdown. Oh, there's a flag.
Guys, there's a flag on the play.
Oh, no, flag at the 19-yard line.
Guys, this is going to be holding against Pearland Dawson.
Yep, that's coming back, no question.
Oh, boy. 72.
Holding Dawson, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
We got to look at this one again.
Yeah, I want to see if he actually needed to.
Well, I don't even know if he did. We're looking at 72. That's not a hold.
Wow.
Here's a block here.
Oh, that's where it was. That's where it was.
Got his jersey.
Yep, yeah, he's right there. Good call.
Yep, good call.
Very good call. You're right.
Penalties on both sides, costing both ball clubs. It'll be 1st and 5. It's a spot foul. The penalty was at the 15. They mark it back to the 25, 43 seconds. Dawson still has a timeout in their back pocket.
Sharp takes a snap, gives it to White, falls forward for a couple, and they give him 3.
Now.
Timeout. Dawson, their 3rd and final timeout.
Wow.
I don't understand that play call.
I think they were hoping they could get the first down maybe.
And Josh Sharp is exhausted.
Look at everybody.
He is
They are
exhausted.
They're mentally exhausted.
Are exhausted.
Oh, their team was up 16-0. Dawson's come roaring back.
Unbelievable second half of football. Nederland, 16-zip lead.
This entire ball game, it was just one side or the other getting fired up. Now everybody is on their feet.
Dawson on the last play of the third quarter, the play that turned the ball game around, a 75-yard strike to Upchurch to cap off an 89-yard drive. Nederland had a couple of first downs on their next drive to begin the fourth. They eventually had to punt. Dawson, an 87-yard drive, made it 16-13. Nederland a 3-and-out, and now Dawson, 8th play of this drive that began at their own 31.
There's the trip stack. They give it to Upchurch again, and he's got the first down, and he got out of bounds. 4 yards on the quick screen to Upchurch.
Again, a patented screenplay. Sharp to Upchurch. He leads him just a bit. Didn't get the block he needed to pick up big yardage, but he got enough to get the first down and stop the clock.
They stay in that same formation. Josh Sharp. Now, it looks like they were going to maybe throw it to Upchurch again there.
Timeout. Nederland, their second timeout.
33 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Nederland Bulldogs 16. The Dawson Eagles 13. Dawson has the ball. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line.
Well, here's the key situation for Dawson. They either have to get out of bounds or they have to pick up enough yardage for the first down.
Yes.
They cannot complete any passes in the middle of the field that are less than 10 yards. If they do, they're going to have to run to the line quickly and spike it, which is going to put them in a third down situation.
And to explain that further, why he's saying that is once you get that first down across the middle, the clock will stop while they reset the chains. You can run up to the line as soon as they restart the play clock and the clock starts moving, you can just spike the ball.
So now on the other side, Nederland, if what you want to do is funnel everything inside, but you see the trip receivers to the sideline, that's exactly where Sharp is going to look to go.
Sharp's looking to Church. Now he goes to White on the opposite side, and he catches it, and then he drops it. Oh, boy. There was a man on him, but White almost hauled that ball in.
White, just a little wheel route out of the backfield. Stampley with the deflection, and then the hit by Barrow to separate him from the football at the 2.
Hey, guys, you got to point this out, too. It's second down now. If, like you say, Ken, if they don't get out of bounds here, they're going to have to spike it, and they're going to have to kick the field goal to try to tie this game.
Yep.
Sharp over to Upchurch again on that patented screenplay, and he gets out of bounds after only picking up about 2.
Well, now it's decision time because it's fourth.
It's third.
Third down now. They have one more.
They only gave him 1 on that play.
24 seconds. So now you're really in no man's land. You have to get the first down here.
Here's a question. Do you trust their field goal kicker to make it from right around right here?
I have no idea.
Woo! That trip stack to the short side of the field. He's getting ready over there. Sharp takes a snap, rolls left.
Got to get rid of it.
Oh, no. Can't take a sack. Still on his feet. Running to the right side. Oh, he's got to get the first, and he's short.
They don't have enough time. They have no timeouts.
They're going to have to
spike
the ball.
No, they have to run a play. They have to run it.
Oh, no.
Don't spike it.
Oh, and he spiked it on 4th down.
There's a flag.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's a flag down. There's a flag.
Chris Webber calling a timeout when they don't have one left. He spiked the ball on 4th down, but the question is, did the Bulldogs save him by being offsides?
Guys, now correct me if I'm wrong. If it's a false start, the clock stops. Is this like college or the pros where they run out the clock?
Here's the call. Here's the call.
Dead ball. Dead ball. Illegal shift. Dawson, 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
They're going to wind the clock as soon as he gets back. So they're going to have to snap the ball and run a play as soon as that ball is whistled into play, which is right now. They're not going to have time. Time ran. No.
It's good.
And he got it.
It's good.
I don't think he got he did not get it off in time.
Yes, he did. The officials have their hands up.
No, he did not get the snap off in time. The clock read 00, and the officials let it happen. Do we have the replay? Regardless if he did or not, Jacob Hood just nailed a clutch field goal. Wow.
They're showing the replay here inside the arena at Reliant.
Yeah, we need our replay to see that clock.
Guys, I'm telling you, guys, on the field, there was 3 zeros on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. There's no way they got that ball off in time. If I'm Coach Newman, like he is right there, I am all in their ear. That was a bad, bad call. Okay,
Relax,
deep breath. And they're hearing it here too. These Bulldog fans are.
Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate. 2 things happened. One, the officials were not set under the goalpost. There was only one official set under the goalpost. So the officials themselves were not ready for play when the referee started the clock, because there was one referee here on the near side racing to the goalpost to see if the kick was actually good.
Then that's the referee's fault. He should have waited.
He started the clock before he should have, because even his team of officials were not in position for that play.
He should have waited in that case, but he didn't, and the clock read 000. I can't believe none of the officials saw that and threw a flag.
Well, they're not looking at the stadium clock. They're looking on the field.
Well, it's one of their jobs to look at the clock.
Well, the referee started the clock too soon.
Yes, he did.
And guys, check this out. The coaches are actually out there for the coin toss, something you never
see. That's what they do in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, lately that's what they've been doing.
Nederland has won the toss. As they got to play defense, we'll be going 1st and 10 from that end.
Well, my friend, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Free football, baby. This game has been amazing.
Wow. Unreal comeback by the Dawson Eagles. They catch a break by the false start.
Illegal shift,
The illegal shift.
Their own
when
penalty.
Sharp spiked the ball into the ground on 4th down.
So if this was college or pro,
it would have been a 10-second runoff. The game would have been over.
Yep. So regardless of 000 or not, like I said, give all the credit in the world to Jacob Hood for making that field goal. That was extremely clutch.
That was clutch.
So now let's explain overtime a little bit. Ken, you want to take this? You got the rule? No. I'm not going to be able to do it properly either, but I'll try. Dawson did not win the toss. Nederland won. They chose defense. Dawson chose the side of the field. They chose this side. They will put the ball in play at the 25-yard line, and they will play just normal right here. Then Nederland will get a chance from the 25-yard line, and why you choose defense first is you know exactly what you have to do. That way you can go on 4th down if needed. Sharp hands the ball off up the middle to Brett Winnigan. Winnigan picks up a couple right there. Why are you giving the ball? Brett Winnigan's a good player. Why are you giving the ball to him instead of number 2 right here? It's overtime.
Yeah. You go to your bell cow right now. Trickeration is over with.
Yeah. I think the Nederland fans have finally kind of died down a little bit. They were really letting the officials hear it. Now we're just ready for some overtime action. Sharp in the shotgun. Ball on the ground. He picks it up the middle, and he has a 1st down. Wow. That could have been dangerous. Instead, Sharp picks it up and becomes a playmaker.
Well, Sharp, other than spiking the football, On fourth down has been tremendous in this second half.
I can't blame him. My head was in the wrong place too. I did not realize that was third down before. I was thinking it was second. Sharp in the gun. Fakes it to White, keeps it himself. Yeah, that's going to be a holding call right there. That's coming back. Boy, they were moving the football well with that power game and still chippy on the field. They better be careful. In overtime, you cannot get a 15-yard penalty and bounce back, most likely.
Yeah. Coach Eric Wells.
Holding Dawson, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Coach Eric Wells halfway out on the field, barking at his team to get back in the huddle. Let him handle the refereeing. And now you're looking at a 1st and 20 back at the 24-yard line.
Wow. Big penalty right there. Instead of 2nd and 5, it's 1st and 20 from the 23-yard line. They've got to get inside the 4-yard line. Sharp hands it off up the middle to the fullback, Sean McDuffie. Wow, it is getting really chippy here. Shoves almost every play now. Why is James White not touching the football?
I assume they're using him as a decoy right now. They know that the Nederland defense is keen on number 2. But in this situation, the ball has to be in the hands of number 4, number 2, or number 11.
Here comes number 11. He goes to the slot on the wide side of the field here. Sharp is under center. White is the deep back. They give it to him across the left side. Makes the first man miss, second man miss, and picks up a first down. Or no, I'm sorry. Gets back past the original line of scrimmage to about the 12-yard line. That's going to bring up around a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, 7-yard run for right off the left side. Got a couple of nice blocks. You'll see here the offensive lineman just kicking out. Good seal block that time by Kelly. Kick out block. Allowed him to get down inside the 15. So it's going to be 3rd down now. They need to get just inside the 4 for a first.
Sharp under center, toss to the right. White has it, cuts up, tackled right away, and he only picks up 1 or 2.
I think you have to take the points here.
I think you're right. That's exactly what they're going to do. They bring on their kicker, Jacob Hood. This is nothing now. Time's not running down on me. We're not down.
Well, you know what? This might be a bigger pressure kick than the last one because he has to think about this one.
Kick is up, and the 28-yard field goal is good.
If safety is your goal, Fabinco is your gate. Fabinco, the world's leading manufacturer of self-closing safety gates.
The Bulldogs know what they have to do. Raines, quick toss, double pass to Taylor, and he drops the ball. Barrow put it a little bit low, but Zach Taylor has got to come up with that reception right there.
Well, again, Coach Newman pulling out all the stops. He went for the win. He would have been inside the 10, but it's incomplete. 2nd down.
Hit him in both hands. Taylor comes off the field now. Zach Dial is going to be the main back. He's offset to the right of Raines. Raines in the gun. Rolling out to his right. Now back to the left, being chased, looking down the field. Lofts it up and touchdown! The Nederland Bulldogs win the game! Seth Barrow, 25-yard touchdown catch. Oh, wow! 22-19 the final. Number 1 goes down.
Well, let's watch it here. He begins to the right, rolls back to the left. We've seen him do it all night long. Reigns with a tremendous throw. Barrow with the catch before he slides out of bounds. And Nederland, the Bulldogs, pull the upset at Reliant.
Chase Hernandez, you're going to work for your money now trying to get to Mr. Barrow. Good luck.
What a football game we have witnessed here tonight. Unbelievable ending to this rematch from a year ago, and the Bulldogs get their revenge on Pearland Dawson.
Magical. 19 unanswered points. Then you give up 19. 16, I'm sorry. Then you give up the field goal in overtime and score the winning touchdown. Seth Barrow, senior wide receiver, is the man of the hour. Carson Reigns with a beautiful throw under extreme stress. Rolled out to the right, had to roll back over to the left, just throw it up. Perfect spot. Barrow's there for the score. This game was amazing.
One of the best high school football games probably all year that I've witnessed.
Yeah.
It was marred by a lot of penalties.
And a bad call.
A lot of penalties in the ball game.
I tell you what, a lot of people are going to be coming to watch LSN Football Friday to watch and see that right there. And the whole game, the whole overtime period, everything.
And just talk about the heartbreak on the other side of the field. Pearland Dawson, again favored to win state. 3rd year in a row, they come up short.
You know, and finally, their arch nemesis, Lake Travis, is out of 5A. They're in 4A. And Pearland Dawson cannot get it done. The Bulldogs defeat them. Revenge is sweet. I see Chase. Looks like he's got Coach Newman over there. No, Coach Newman's gonna chat to his team real quick. Well, what in the world do you tell your team if you're Coach Wells and you just had your heart broken after battling and tying this ball game up?
So a lot of times when you learn to become a man, you have to learn to handle defeat with class. You go across the field, you shake the other team's hand, you wish them luck in the next round, and you know that you left everything that you had on this football field here tonight.
Yeah, give Dawson credit. You're exactly right. They did exactly that. Left everything on the field, gave everything they had, and they were great sports. It looked like, shaking hands, even though they are just completely devastated right now. And move over to the Nederland Bulldogs. You see right there, Coach Newman's speech is going to be a little bit easier and a little bit better to give. His team moves on.
Well, you talk about the comeback that Dawson had, trailing by 16 points, coming all the way back in the 4th period, tying the ball game up on the last play of the game, running onto the field, and Hood with a field goal at the buzzer to get it through. They score on the first possession of overtime. They can only get a field goal. And Nederland Carson Raines.
He struggled a little bit, but boy, did he come through in the
He
end.
felt heartbreak last year, but he came through this season. And he came through big time tonight when his team needed it most.
Well, in that little pregame package, Coach Newman said, you know, we know the Dawson Eagles are good, and we like to think we're pretty good at this point too. Well, Coach Newman, your team is really good. You just defeated the #1 ranked team in the state of Texas in pretty much every single 4A poll.
Still trying to go downstairs to get Chase with Coach, if possible.
Now here's a big question for the Bulldogs. How is the health of Kendrick Hopkins, and will he be able to play next week? Because next week, most likely, you're going to end up playing Georgetown, and that team is loaded.
All right, let's just go down to Chase. Chase, can you tell us what's going on downstairs?
Guys, a lot of celebrations going on downstairs. We got Carson Raines, quarterback right here, the Nederland Bulldogs, with us right now. Carson, take us through that overtime period. Dawson gets the ball, start the game, or start the overtime period. They get the field goal. You guys get the ball. You almost convert on that first play, the trickery, and you get the big touchdown pass in the end zone. Just tell us what's going through your head.
What we knew we had to do going into the game, going into overtime. We knew we had to get 6 to win it, field goal to tie, but everyone knew we were in the back of our heads we were going for 6. Honestly, it was a busted play. I scrambled around the other side, and fortunately enough, Seth Barrow was there in the end zone to catch it.
This team last year faced Dawson in the exact same round. Your team fell in that football game. It was almost identical in this game. You were up at halftime, and then Dawson starts coming back. You go into overtime, you get the win tonight. How great is this feeling right now for you?
It's tremendous. You know, I have so much respect for Pearland Dawson. You know, we've ever since last year, since they beat us, we've just been dreaming of a rematch for them, and we got exactly that tonight. And I just have so much respect for them. That's a hard team to beat right there. And, I have nothing but respect for them.
Coach, congratulations. Go celebrate with your team. All right, guys, I'm going to try to get Coach Newman in a second, too. He's over here talking with the media.
Wow, kid, I had to roll up my sleeves for this one. What a ball game, what a finish. The Nederland Bulldogs getting it done. They fought and clawed their way throughout this entire ball game.
Yeah, you talk about really coming over adversity in this ball game. You have a 16-point lead. You lose that lead. You go into overtime on the most unlikeliest of finishes, a game-tying field goal at the buzzer after a penalty. So many times Nederland thought they had put this ball game away, but Pearland Dawson kept fighting, kept clawing, and they kept winning this ball game.
Yeah. I think Chase has somebody else. Let's take it down to the field. Chase?
Yeah, guys, I'm with head coach Larry Newman. Coach, let's go through this situation, this game, fourth quarter. You thought you won that football game at the end. They get that field goal that goes into overtime. What did you tell your boys going in that overtime after all the hectic things that were going on?
Well, he didn't say much to him. I think you got to put that away pretty quickly. I mean, you're 3 deep in the playoffs with a game in the balance, and if you dwell too much on good or bad very long, it's going to affect your performance on the next snap. Our players have been trained to do that. We managed to play defense first, which most people tell you at least you have an opportunity to know what you have to do. Our ideas after they kicked the field goal was to try to win the game. We didn't want to try to position ourselves, and we would have done it, don't get me wrong, but we were going for the win from the first play on, and the conversion for the touchdown was outstanding by everybody. Carson and Seth, of course, did a heck of a job, but he found time, bought time, found Seth uncovered. It'd be fun to watch on the video. It was pretty fragmented down there where I was watching.
Coach, you told us earlier this week that this was going to be a different ball game against this Dawson team. You faced them in the same round last year. You did not get the victory in that game. Tonight you do. What was different about tonight? It was almost the exact same scenario. You were up big at halftime. They come back and they tie the ball game at the end. Just what does it say about your football team?
Well, I think it's a step for us, and we've had a successful program for a number of years, but this is a milestone, I think. And now, because of how it happened, makes it even a bigger milestone for us. But give credit to Pearland Dawson. They're the kind of quality football team that does that to you at the end. They're not going to go away until it's all over. We knew that going in, and they've made a great effort coming back to tie the ball game up behind all that stuff. But give them credit for doing that. And You know, we're fortunate to win, but we made the plays to win too, and we're proud of our kids for that.
Coach, you're playing this summer. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good right now. Right now, what I need is probably a drink of water. I'm pretty dry.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Chase. Back up to the booth now. The LSN Football Friday booth. Ken, go ahead and finish up your thoughts there.
Well, we're just saying what a great effort by Dawson here tonight. Number 1 ranked team in the state. Kept clawing, kept fighting to the end. Got this game into overtime, but Nederland comes out on top. They get their revenge.
Wow, they defeat the number 1 team in the state in 4A 22-19. And the Nederland Bulldogs have 3 more games till a state championship. For everybody on the LSN Football Friday crew, Ken Moore, Chase Hernandez, I'm Jay Darnell. Good night, everybody.